Hey, all you small business owners right out there. If you are probably starting a business, chances are you are selling online. And the key to having a successful online business is having a platform that allows you to scale and grow and looks professional and looks as if you had $1 billion. And that is where Shopify can come in and help you do just that. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started and brands just like NV Media. We use Shopify here as well. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand's style.
You can accelerate your content creation. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. Get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. The best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify.
Turn your big business idea into cha-ching. Shopify new with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/VIALL. Go to shopify.com/VIALL. Shopify.com/VIALL.
You're crazy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I'm your host, Nick, and boy, do we have a jam-packed episode for you today. The iconic Belle joins the Viall Files.
Bella from Love Island.
However you refer to her, she is with us today, fresh off of her premature exit on Love Island. She came serving. She came in hot. And she gave us a lot of juicy BTS, little tea, and excited for you all to hear that. We will be breaking down the past few episodes of Love Island as well. Like Ace, I don't know, man. I'm a little nervous for Shelly as too. I don't know. I think they might be
Not a fan.
I think they might be in cahoots. I don't know. We got what do we got? We got some Valley talk.
Bachelor in Paradise
Bachelor in Paradise released their very unimpressive cast. So yeah, just no star power.
I mean, they were like, our star, Dale Moss. And it was like, really?
I realize they haven't announced this person, but this person will be entering their villa, so to speak. I'm assuming early, who I think is the biggest star of their cast. And I don't know why. I mean, already a huge miss by the producers by not putting this person in the OG cast.
Yeah.
Because it's lacking star power. You know, like Andrew and Justin are their biggest stars, and they're from several seasons ago, and that's not how they should be doing it. We'll watch it. We're rooting for them, but I have my concerns. We shall see. Many of you have already listened to the Sherry Papini episode that dropped yesterday. It is certainly a doozy. Check it out if you haven't. If you are a true crime junkie, you certainly know what we're talking about. And if you dabble in true crime, it's certainly an episode you will not want to miss. A complicated, messy character. It was. I
have to say, I do have to give us props because it's
pat us on the back.
Literally, because it's like, it's hard to interview someone from, like, I give props to a bunch of like journalists, like news anchors, like people who interview people without having any sort of opinion, trying to like be as unbiased as possible.
Well,
and
no,
I think
having an opinion, but trying to go in
to
not show that opinion.
Yeah.
I'm great. I'm grateful for our opportunity to obviously have this show for a lot of different reasons, and our ability to interview fascinating and even sometimes controversial people to see if there's more to the story. And being able to storytell on this show is something I think we enjoy the most. But she is certainly a complicated character. It is definitely a weird vibe in the room. I'll say that much interviewing her. I think she felt my...
Nick's always bad cop. I'm always good cop.
I don't know if you were good cop, but like you definitely were offering more opportunity for grace than I was. I just, when she started bringing up all the people in the neighborhood, you gotta
listen to it. It's out. Go listen. Leia, have you ever left Louis? for like a weekend.
Like gone on a trip?
Like a trip, yeah.
No.
Like has he ever been
Like
at
on a
home
park
with
bench,
Danny?
you know? Like,
Yeah, just like in a hotel room and said, peace. No, I haven't.
You haven't. Well, we obviously like don't. We go on, vacations. Just Nick and I, very, not often. But we're back in Vancouver, clearly for work, and we were coming back for only 2 days, and so we were like, "Mom, River, you just stay at the house. Like, we don't need to bring all of you out here." And last night, we sleep with the Nanette on, obviously, like listening to River in her room, and I wake up, she's screaming, crying, and I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god." My mom comes in, my mom gets her, she like takes her out of the room, I guess like into her room because she was like scared I was going to hear it. And then I like can hear it far enough in the back. And then she comes back into River's room, she starts rocking her, and I'm like through the Nanette being like, shh, shh, like trying to calm her down through the monitor. And it's like, I think it's getting hard. It's tough.
It's getting hard. Shout out Nanette though. Helping us stay connected to our daughter. This morning, because I'm the one who usually wakes up and gets River out of bed. This morning I woke up to hearing River saying "Dada," like calling me, like "Dada." I'm ready to get up, and I was just like broke my heart. I couldn't go get up and get her. It's like my favorite part of the day, waking up and greeting my daughter.
I do have a question actually. So when you talk to your babies over like the camera or the Nanette, does that scare them? Because I've seen the videos where babies think it's like a ghost or like a demon or someone talking to them.
I don't think she knows what a ghost and or demon is. Yeah, thankfully. She does like look up at the monitor, and I'm sure she is very confused. I think it more so scares like my mom, like whoever's with her.
Well, I scared Natalie once.
Oh, true.
We told that story where I thought literally someone had hacked into our baby camera, and I had unplugged everything and like ran out of the room sobbing.
It definitely might confuse
it was
her.
Nick going, "Hello." I was like, "I'm out."
But like River, she's definitely not an iPad baby, but like she is a FaceTime baby. We FaceTime my parents often. Natalie FaceTimes Chambliss or her mom when she's out of town. So, and obviously the few times we have left River with Natalie's mom, we will FaceTime her a lot. So she certainly is comfortable with like understanding, we're behind the screen or talking on the phone. River loves to pretend she's taking phone calls with
anything that she can find remote. Anything is hello.
Yeah.
Up to her ear, and
so
hello.
cute.
She's a genius.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Olivia Munn doesn't let her kids watch Miss Rachel. She said, "I know kids love Miss Rachel, but the thing is, if I can't watch it, I'm not going to spend the rest of my life going crazy. These kid shows drive me crazy." Which honestly is so valid. Like if you're going to have to sit in the room and like fold laundry and have it on the TV, like if you can't stand it, then like, yeah, sorry.
Really? Listen, funny anecdote, but like how serious is this take? Is it like, if anything, she doesn't enjoy? Because like
I think Olivia's just saying that it's a little annoying. It's like colors, yellow, orange.
No, I get it.
I'm good.
But so is all of River's like little toys and music that you buy her and she presses and it drives us crazy. Like,
but that plays
what?
for like 10 seconds. This is a 45-minute episode.
Welcome to our learning barn. We have lots to show you. No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
her quote though saying that her son asked for Blue's Clues recently, and she says, "I don't know who showed him Blue's Clues, but they are on my shit list now." I said, "Hell no, not in my house."
What is she showing them?
Me.
Like,
there's so many kid shows out there.
They're all annoying.
She said, "I put on Tom Holland's Spider-Man Homecoming," and was like, "If you want to watch the real life ones, then we can watch that. It might be a little too old for him, but I can't take the cartoons."
Honestly, valid.
Bring back Barney.
I can't wait to rewatch SpongeBob, you guys.
Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah,
you can.
A lot of kids
excited.
weren't allowed.
I watch it all the time.
Wait, my like nieces are like not allowed to watch SpongeBob. Has it? Like,
I wasn't allowed to.
really?
I hate not allowed to watch SpongeBob, kid.
Your family wasn't either, right?
I wouldn't have been allowed to watch SpongeBob, but we didn't even have cable, so that wasn't even an option. But like my parents were definitely anti those shows. I mean, a lot of those shows are embedded with like adult humor, and like I definitely don't want River watching shows that have like kids like talk about so many of like the Nickelodeon Disney shows. Like parents are stupid and kids are smart, and I'm not down for that.
Or like
Disney teaches their kids not to respect like your elders.
Or it's like mischievous kids, like always like making messes or like doing crazy experiments. And it's like, can you just go outside and play with rocks?
I mean, I watched all those shows. I turned out fine.
Have you like started Louis on any like screen time or movies, or like have you introduced any of that to him yet?
No, none of that yet, but definitely a lot of FaceTime. He loves FaceTiming. Like the second my mom gets on there, he laughs hysterically.
Leia,
He finds it so
I have
funny.
every single Barney DVD, and I will happily let you.
I do not have a DVD player.
Literally, what
Definitely do not have a DVD player.
Look, I'll bring you a DVD
You don't love
player.
physical media?
Do not have a cassette player. Have been offered those.
Where are these DVDs, Justin?
I was obsessed with Barney growing up, and I think Barney taught me a lot.
Do
I
you
had a
have DVD
personalized
player?
Barney VHS tape. That was like, it's like said my birthday.
And by
on it.
personalized,
Oh.
like the
It was like a
actor who
birthday
plays
present for me.
Barney. Are you familiar with his content?
It was like you can like, it was like you could put, or maybe it was Dora. It was like
Wait,
Dora or something where
The
it's
DVD
like,
itself?
it was a VHS. It wasn't
Oh.
even a DVD. And it was like, I think it was like, you can probably order
I
it
had,
online or
I
something.
had a birthday one too, and he sings Happy Birthday to you.
That's probably worth
so
a lot of
cute.
money nowadays. I bet you could get
That's
on
like
eBay.
a cameo. OG cameo.
It was a cameo, yeah.
OG cameo.
So what
Wow.
is this Gypsy Rose headline? Is like is she doing something wrong? Is the salon trolling her? And
So I kind of went down like a rabbit hole because basically, so Gypsy Rose was just doing a teddy bear blonde like trend. She was dyeing her hair, so she went to a hair store to buy the stuff, but she didn't know that the store was for like estheticians only, so you needed a license to shop there.
okay.
But the person that was like working that shift or whatever let her still buy the stuff. So she posted
God
it, like
bless.
bought the products, here's everything. Then the company came out and responded being like, we proudly support licensed beauty pros in the professional beauty industry. Though we are in the initial stages of our investigation, we found recently that a celebrity was able to shop in one of our B2B stores. Please know we are conducting a thorough investigation and will put appropriate measures in place to ensure it does not happen again.
Oh my
And
god.
then she had to respond to the comment being like, I apologize. I didn't know. I was unaware. The lady like let me know and let me just complete my purchase, but like noted. And like now people speculate the person was fired. So it's like, it's just a random like
What? Why are they being
thing
so
that
like
happened.
intense about it?
Well,
We're
yeah.
conducting a thorough investigation. It's like, I don't know, maybe have a key code scan in to get in the front door.
Right.
Yeah, they take themselves very seriously.
Yeah, like most beauty supply places, it's like they get a discount for being
They do.
a salon owner or like an esthetician, but I'm like, they usually charge people just like the normal price.
They don't though. So specific stores, because I have my contact, like you get the products for so much cheaper. But it's supposed to like benefit people that have salons.
But that's what I'm saying. Like she should have had it to give a number.
It's giving
Or
wedding
something.
industry where they pretend that they can do something that no one else can do, and they like and keep it insulated and have all these rules
You're
to
like, these are our rules.
Yeah, just because like this is how it is. I can't possibly do that. So
Anyways, did you see this
free
Sarah?
Gypsy Rose.
Did you see Sarah Jessica Parker and like how she interacts with fans?
I did not.
Have you seen this?
No.
Does she?
Oh my goodness.
What did she
So
do?
so this woman like came up to her and just said like, "Can I take a photo of you?"
Of you or with you? There's a huge difference.
This says, "Can I take your picture?"
See, that's weird. Like when people walk up every blue moon and someone says, "Can I take a picture with you?" No problem. Let's do a selfie together. I'm in the photo. Someone's standing there and just like, no, I'm just gonna take a picture of you. Is very weird.
Very weird. I agree.
And I'm like, no, why don't you come? Why don't you get in it?
I feel like it's usually because like maybe they'd feel like they don't look very good, so they're like,
yeah.
I don't know.
But of you
Anyways,
and with you, two different things.
So Sarah Jessica Parker explains why she turns down the fan selfie. She said, "Here's what I've been trying to do because I was just at the airport on Friday. A woman came up to me and she didn't say hello. She just said, 'Can I take your picture?' And I said, 'We didn't even meet. You didn't even introduce yourself. What's your
Oh.
name?' After learning the fan's name, Parker then suggested that the two have a conversation rather than taking a photo. I guarantee you it's going to be so much more meaningful." But no one's going to believe her. That's the only issue.
Get over yourself.
She's gonna go home. She's gonna be like, listen to the conversation I have with Sarah Jessica Parker, and they're gonna be like, proof? And she's gonna be like, well,
Yeah.
she told me this was more meaningful.
I don't have proof, but she did.
She like thankfully finds this article and is like, see proof.
Literally. No, she's
you're right.
kicking her feet, jumping up and down. She's so excited for this article.
I mean, like,
I'm not a liar.
This article is better than a photo.
It is.
Facts.
It is.
Because she
Sarah,
remembered her.
people get nervous when they meet you. Sorry if they didn't introduce themselves. Like give them. I'm sorry, you didn't even introduce yourself. Like, okay, thanks for the lecture on etiquette.
Literally. Like,
Jesus.
I agree with her though.
I agree with her, but I'm also kind of like, for someone who doesn't see like famous people a lot or anything, like to muster up the courage to be able to go
It's
ask
already
for
enough.
a
That's a good
photo.
point.
Like,
yeah.
Versus in LA, I'm just like, love your content.
This is,
Truly.
it is
Have a
all
great lunch.
Yeah.
The
it's
Caesar's
all
great.
predicated on the idea that like they don't like photos taken of them if they're not in like full glam and like have their basically face costume on.
I don't think Sarah Jessica Parker is like that. I think it's probably
Then why
more
wouldn't she take a selfie?
because I think
She's-
she's
yeah.
getting into this stage of life. I feel like where like you've seen her on red carpets where people want to be like, oh, did you see Jenna Ortega wearing the dress from? And she's like, do you want to ask me about something else? Like I think she's getting to the point in life where she's just kind of like over maybe the Sex and the City-ness of it all. I don't know.
But-
That's kind of what it's
I
giving.
think she's over the drama.
I mean, she's in and just like that.
But that's not Sex and the City.
I mean, like, I don't know. It's just, it's
That's
giving,
just
it's
like
giving
that.
like, I mean, listen, I don't know. Like part of being famous is having fans. Like, and you know, I don't know. It takes 2 seconds to take a selfie. It took her more energy to lecture this fan.
Yeah. I bet
But-
you this fan will never go up to another celebrity ever again.
Or like, what if she goes up to them now and
Yeah,
going to be like,
she's like-
hi, my name is,
Yeah.
and I work for.
They're gonna be like,
Yeah,
oh
the
my
next
God,
time she
whoa,
goes up-
whoa,
Like, do you
whoa.
just want a picture, bro? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to have a whole conversation with you. I'm in a rush.
Yeah. The next time she does this, she's gonna get the exact opposite
Opposite, yeah.
lecture. It's gonna be like, listen, I'll take a picture with you. I don't need your whole life story.
I have to make my flight.
Could you imagine? She's like, no, Sarah
Oh,
Jessica
poor
Parker
thing.
taught me to do it like this. And it starts
Oh,
like
yeah,
a fight
where's your
between celebrities.
Yeah, where's your proof? Shows US Weekly headline.
Oh my God, that's
Sweet.
crazy.
I mean, when
also
people come
People
up to us, I no one introduces themselves ever, and I'm always just like, "Oh, what's your name?" Because, like, again, they're nervous. They don't know what to say.
Did you see Demi from Mormon Wives spoke out and said why she didn't attend the reunion?
I did see that.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
She said that
host?
she was invited, but that it was short notice, and the only day they could get the location secured was the day that her and her entire family were going to Disneyland.
Yeah, I mean, I do know people in production have mixed feelings about this. Like I said before, Demi is in a way very much a part of the reunion, and you will have the opportunity to hear from Demi herself. In a way.
In a way.
In a way. Yeah, I mean, you know, listen, like all of the women of the cast were gifted this opportunity to take their family to Disney. And they had the opportunity to pick whatever date they wanted. Now, when Demi picked the date versus when the reunion was scheduled, I don't know. Obviously, taking her word for it.
Disneyland like offered them all to come. What?
Well, Hulu, you know, ABC, Disney,
Sure.
it's part of the family. I think all of these women were given the opportunity to like go and have a Disney experience with their family, all of them. And
This
they could
makes
just pick a
sense.
date. They could go whenever they wanted. This happened to be
They
the
were all
date.
posting at Disney, so
Yeah.
Mm.
This
That is
happened
true,
to
yeah,
be the
Whitney
date
did a
that
TikTok
Demi
there.
picked.
Gotcha.
I think many of her
Did-
cast feel that it was not as random as Demi suggested, but you know, I guess that's more.
I mean,
there's
how
more-
far in advance did she know the date of the filming reunion?
I don't know. That's, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So she took the free Disneyland trip.
She said we had already
Yeah.
booked all of our flights and the Airbnb was non-refundable. And if we know anything about that, that's true.
That's, you know.
Or I would have moved the trip to be there. I tried to have production move it to another day and they couldn't swing it.
I don't think anyone in the cast feels like Demi was upset about not being there.
Mm.
But
Got it.
it was a good excuse, is what you're saying.
yeah, but there's no proof to suggest that her story is untrue. But you will
I mean,
want to
hopefully
watch
she
the reunion. I
responds.
promise you that. And Demi is very much addressed.
Did they offer you guys Disneyland tickets since you were the host?
No, actually, what the fuck?
What happened with that?
I said, don't offer, please. I don't
Yeah,
want them.
Nick was like, actually, I'm allergic.
Ciara and I and Justin will take River.
I'll go.
Absolutely.
Many of you know we've been in Whistler a little bit recently, and every restaurant in Whistler, when you show up, will ask you if you have any allergies. Every single, like you get it, you know, can I have a table for two? Do you have any food allergies? No. And then I asked for no sauce on my burger, and it came with sauce. And I was like, oh, there's sauce on here. Can you take it back? And she kind of looked at me, and I was like, I'm allergic. And I was like, oh shit,
She was
they
probably
asked.
like, why didn't you?
Yeah.
I got caught in a lie. I got caught in a lie.
Don't they do that here too, though?
Not
Like, I
like
feel
in
like every
Whistler.
restaurant
I mean,
does that.
every
Everyone.
single restaurant, it was like part of like,
They definitely should be doing that. everywhere.
Yeah, I like that. I like they get ahead of it. It's like, do you have any allergies? Do you not like anything? Do you like?
Do you want a different server? Are you not a fan of me? Do you hate my outfit?
Tell me everything up front so that we don't have to deal with this later.
Yeah.
Surface is really nice in Whistler, I will say, because when I was like hunting down Wi-Fi, like I was asking them some outrageous questions. I was like, "Is the room facing the north sky with no clouds?"
Oh my god.
And they would look at me like, "You sound crazy, but I'll check."
Yeah, like let me find out for you. I'm gonna go up to the room really quick.
Can you guys just like off the top of your head point north?
No.
Straight in
Off
front
the
of me is
top
what
of
I
your
always
head?
think.
No, like can you just like point north?
I can.
Point
Right
north,
now.
Nick. Right
Like,
now.
do you
point
know
north.
where north
Of
is?
course.
Right
Where?
now.
Wait,
Point
when
north.
you're in
Point
a
north.
room in a city you're not familiar with,
Try it.
Point north right now.
I couldn't possibly.
I'm literally pointing.
I always think it's right in front of me,
That's
which
what
I know
I
is
said.
definitely wrong.
No, it's
Well,
not.
I think about where the
always in
I think
front of
that's
me.
west.
I know, so I'm like,
No, that's
well, if
West.
I'm
West,
facing
yeah,
this
west,
way,
north.
That's west.
north,
Yeah,
Never
that's south.
Soggy worms. Yeah.
But
Sour water.
ironically, though, north is right in front of me.
Period.
North is right there. Yes.
The Boy
Yes,
Scout
yes,
knew.
yes. Well, I always just think about where the ocean is, but if I was somewhere without an ocean,
And where I grew up, I knew the directions for sure.
Is that something they don't teach that in school? Like how to read a compass? I don't think I was
They
ever
tell
taught
you
Well,
that.
I grew up next to the
Never
Great
eat sour
Lakes, and the
watermelon.
Great Lakes were always east of us. So I always knew where the lake was relative to where I was. And so from there, I knew my north, south, southeast, and west. Yeah, to Leia's
My
point,
school taught
if
me.
you live
My
near a
school taught
large
me.
body of water and you know what direction that body of water is from you, then it's pretty easy. Or a landmark, maybe a
Yeah.
mountain, you know?
I'm so bad at
directions.
geography. I always call it the wrong one. I'm really bad at geology. So
Me too.
I
I'm always like,
cannot do
I'm so
gerontology.
bad at geography. Fuck. It's like, which one is it?
I tell people that I'm like, I have a way with GPS that I have to use GPS at least 3 to 5 times to be able to get someplace to get there with like off memory.
Also, this is a thing too that people use their GPS and they either like they'll enter in the directions and they might press go to get the voice to tell them, or they just look at it and then they keep it on like the map.
I keep it on
I
the
keep
map.
it on
I
the
keep it
map.
on the map too. I don't press go.
I
You
don't want
guys-
to hear her.
At my
neither.
last job, I worked there for over a year, and to the day I stopped working there, I used my GPS to get there.
That's why.
Do y'all want to
For
know
an
my
entire
biggest
year.
pet peeve about Nick? And I think it's taken over.
What?
Yes.
The gap.
Your
it's taken-
biggest?
it's taken over all the rest of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's hear.
Wait, this is number 1.
This is number one. It's moved its way
Is
up.
it an
It's
ick?
climbed its way up.
is it an ick?
It's an ick.
Oh, wow.
It's an ick.
Wait,
it's
can I
it
guess?
pisses
What
me
is
off.
it? What is
It boils my blood. Yeah, go. What do you think it is?
Should we all guess?
Literally, everyone guess.
No, go ahead. I don't want to out myself. If it's not.
Okay, Leia, what do you Leia, what do you think it is?
Oh my God.
I'm not playing this game.
Yeah.
I don't support.
What do you
the
think it is,
slander.
Leia?
I
can't
know
play
it's
this
not
game.
the cabinets.
Yeah, we've moved on from the cabinets. Like that's
We've
just
moved
in
on from
every.
the
I've gotten
cabinets.
so used to the fridge being open and the microwave being open
it
that it
tops-
doesn't even phase me.
I'm guessing it
tops
has something
floating
to
in the
do with
seat.
directions.
Yes, it floats him flying up in his seat over the speed bump.
I need to know what
Okay,
it
what
is.
is
Can you
it?
get a drum roll?
Is it like
Okay.
bouncing
It's
while?
no. He does not press the button on the trunk to go to
Oh.
like for it to shut. He tries to forcefully
shuts it?
open and shut the trunk, and I'm like, "There's a button.
Oh, I do that too.
Just press the
I do
button."
that too.
He can't. He never will. He never has. It doesn't. We're breaking the trunk every single time
It's like
we open it.
it's like a James Bond car. It's like hard to find. It's like, you know, they want it to be aesthetically pleasing. I don't know what this fucking thing is.
It like cracks and creaks
It's one of
every
my-
time he's trying to jam it shut. I'm like, if you just pressed the button that
It's-
said close,
It's my toxic
would close on
masculinity
its own.
really takes over. I need to like,
yeah, you gotta Hulk it open.
yeah.
Anyways, so yeah,
I do the same, Nick.
you do, Justin.
Well, because I'm used to having an old car, so every time I touch someone else's car, I'm like pulling it down, but it's fighting me.
Yeah,
And then I give up. But I'm like, oh, didn't get the memo.
Nick doesn't give up. That's the difference.
All right. Well, it's time to get into some Love Island, starting with your first to leave the island. Belle-A joins us for some hot burning tea. She was very delightful. I didn't know what to expect, but she was a ton of fun. I'm excited for you guys to listen and hear this conversation. And then coming out of our interview with Belle-A, we will break down the past few episodes and figure out our Ace and Shelly playing everyone, including the audience. And I think you'll find some of Belle-Dasha's comments about them very interesting. Up next, Belle-Dasha.
You know that feeling when your furniture arrives and you're wondering if this will even fit through the door? With Cozy, they've made furniture more convenient for you. Their designs are simple, easy to assemble, and ship quickly in courier-sized boxes. Everyday home furnishing made easy. Cozy firmly believes in furniture that should be modern, adaptable, and worry-free. Cozy is built for real life. It's modern, practical, and designed to make your day-to-day feel a little lighter with functional innovation at every step.
Furniture shopping shouldn't feel like a chore. Cozy makes it easy to finally breathe easy and enjoy the process. At Cozy, the easy part isn't just the shopping, it's the living, the lounging, and the rearranging, and the effortless care.
It is so fun to rearrange our Cozy couch because, you know, some days I'm feeling an L to the left, some days I'm feeling an L to the right, and some days I'm feeling a U shape. And, you know, with Cozy, you can get all of that. It's also so easy to clean, which having dogs, having kids, you know, it's just like there's dirt, there's food, there's crumbs everywhere. And Cozy makes it easy with washable possibilities, interchangeable covers. Cleanup is simple and stress-free.
And ladies, if your mans are anything like me, they hate a random rearrange that you want to do for absolutely no reason. But I will say with Cozy, it does make it easy so they can get back to whatever it is they want to do.
Transform your living space today with Cozy. Visit cozy.com, COZEY, the home of possibilities made easy.
Smart money moves are all about getting more out of every dollar. With Rocket Money, you can easily find forgotten subscriptions and have them negotiate bills for you, putting money back in your pocket. With all those savings, Rocket Money practically pays for itself.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. You can see all your subscriptions in one place, and you know exactly where your money is going. For ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. I can't tell you how many times I've been like, oh, I want to watch that show. Oh, it's on this streaming. I don't have this. Let me just do like the free week. Forget about it. And I'm paying for it for years on end. So Rocket Money has saved us so much money. You get alerts if bills increase in price or if there's unusual spending activity or if you're close to going over budget. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features.
Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Download the Rocket Money app and enter my show name, the Viall Files, in the survey so that they know we sent you. Don't wait. Download the Rocket Money app today and tell them you heard about them from my show. Everyone need your classics in your closet. And at True Classic, the mission goes beyond fit and fabric. It's all about helping guys show up with confidence and purpose. Their gear fits right, feels amazing, and is priced so guys everywhere can step into confidence without stepping out of their budget. We know how, guys, they will hang on to t-shirts and shorts and stuff that just like need to be let go. They look sloppy. Your guy can look so sharp by just getting things that fit properly and look great on them at the same time. And you can do that at True Classic on whatever budget you have.
True Classic shirts are the best because they're designed to accentuate the important areas on our men, ladies, like the arms and the chest, while giving the midsection some breathing room because, we all know that the dad bod is in. They have premium clothes at an affordable price. You can build the perfect outfit in 5 minutes or less. Everything goes great together. They have best-selling t-shirts, hoodies, jeans, and more that come in 3, 6, and 9 packs. So the more you bundle, the more you save. You can mix and match clothing to work with your lifestyle, 100% perfect fit guarantee and easy returns. And they're trusted by over 4 million customers and over 200,000 5-star reviews. You can grab them at Target, Costco, or head to trueclassic.com/VIALL and get hooked up today.
Belle-Dasha! Welcome to the Viall Files. We're so excited to have you.
So excited. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Like, are you down for the Belle-Dasha name? Do you know that people are calling you that? Like, it's kind of an iconic nickname.
Honestly, I feel like my name has been morphing as an adult, and I'm so here for it. I love nicknames and I love Belle-Dasha. I feel like it's very elegant and very classy. So yeah, I'm here for it.
Did you ever expect that to come out of your name going on the show? Okay.
No, for sure. Like some people have called me B-Dash before too. So I was like, Belle-Dasha, B-Dash. There's lots of different names for me.
Okay.
Have you always had the dash in your name?
Yes. So, well, kind of. Sometimes like people will just type Bella, like Bella, and like that works too, you know? But if we're trying to be proper about it, then it's with the dash and only with the dash.
Okay.
Gotta put some respect on that dash.
All right, you heard it here first. It's with the dash. Has always been a dash. Well, Belle-A, again, we're so excited to have you. I gotta say, I'm sad to see you go.
You and me both.
I thought it was as far as like first eliminations, like sometimes, even last season, as popular last season was, I don't remember who was first eliminated. It's like there's such a long season, but like you really made your mark. I felt like you were a star in the making. You were wildly talked about. You got a ton of screen time, and then all of a sudden, poof, you're gone. So sad to see you go, but at least congrats on like in your limited time making such an impact on the show.
Thank you so much. And I will say that that's definitely not how I was feeling through this whole process. I felt like I was very small and like my voice was very silenced and I wasn't feeling seen. And I think like it really did take a minute for me to finally break out of my shell. And I felt like people got to see my boundaries, but people didn't get to see my character. And there's so much more to me than just my boundaries, you know?
Okay. Well, no doubt. And that's why we're excited for you to join with us. We're hoping to get to know you a little bit better. I think there was a little surprise early on when you swerved for the first kiss and you're like, I don't kiss on the first date. And we were like, do you know what show you signed up for, Belle-A? But in all seriousness, like, how long were you planning on kissing someone? Like, given just like the games and the contests, there seem to be like full on makeouts. They really push those limits pretty quickly. So like, what was your plan going in, or if you had a plan at all, and what changed that?
So I've always had this rule, like no kissing on the first date. And to be honest, I didn't know what I was going to do until it really came down to it on the first day. I have imagined, because it is Love Island and I know that's what I signed up for, I knew that there was a big possibility that would arise. And I just knew that I wanted to stay true to who I am and the boundaries that I've set, not just on the outside world, but even in this unfamiliar environment. I knew that I still had to be who I am in there too. So I definitely knew that I was gonna face that. But on the first day, it was a little wild. And honestly, I think it was a really great opportunity to like lay it down. Like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. Maybe they don't understand it in that moment, but hey, like, come find out why.
I think it also made that challenge like that more fun because it was like, whoa, here she is, you know?
I think one of my fellow Islanders was like, oh, is this prom? And I'm like, yeah, it does feel a little bit like prom right now.
Yeah. I know it was like a quick, I'm sure it was all like a blink of the eye, but in the limited time of the men that you kissed, who was the best kisser?
Oh, I'm going to be so honest and say that I completely blanked out during the challenge.
Okay,
and one thing like people don't see is there was like popcorn in my mouth that was just being like exchanged between guy to guy. That we were all like slimy and gross, sticky. And there was a lot of adrenaline. I was obviously very nervous because it was the first time I was going to be kissing these guys. And I was like, oh, this is kind of, a unique situation. I would never in the outside world kiss 4 guys in one day.
Right.
So I definitely stepped out of my comfort zone for that one.
Period.
Hell yeah.
Where is your accent from? I must know.
My accent?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think I have one, but I will say I am first generation American. My mom was born in the Philippines, and I have spent a lot of my time in my adult life around like Native Hawaiians. So I feel like maybe it's just like bits and pieces from like Philippines, Hawaii, and then like just the slang of Oregonians and the slang of maybe online
TikTok.
I don't
Yeah.
really know. I think like when I'm around my local friends in Hawaii, like it comes out a lot thicker.
Sure.
But then when I'm around other people who maybe don't have as thick of an accent, then I feel like I revert to like no accent.
No,
I don't know.
yeah, I'm the same way. I'm from the South, and when I talk to people not from the South, I have this voice, and then when I'm back home, I am very, very Southern. So I totally understand. Did you, in the moment of the elimination, how that whole process went, where Nick took you up to Soul Ties, he asked you to like run back fourth base, and then he's there giving that speech, and he's like, when we shared that moment, and then he pauses, like, did any of that, looking back, did you feel manipulated at any moment?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes. I will preface this by saying that there is no love lost, and I will never drag Nick for what he did, but he absolutely did make it seem like he might have picked me that night.
Yeah.
And also what the viewers haven't really seen is like the conversations that were shown between Nick and I were the most basic of like surface level conversations. We had deeper conversations. We had a deeper connection. And, you know, he did have a solid connection between Ciara and I don't blame him. Being stuck in between two tens, like, this is not a real world problem for Nick. So I think that he was eating it up, and I definitely called him out by saying, I think it's stroking your ego a little bit. So he felt like that wasn't the case for him, but I genuinely think it was a little difficult. And I did encourage him to explore all the connections and test them to the deepest level. And that's exactly what he did. And ultimately, he chose Ciara. And I'm not a sore loser. I'm so happy for them. I think Ciara is a lovely, lovely person. But was I being misled the entire process? Absolutely. Otherwise, I wouldn't have.
Right.
I would have backed off, you know? And watching back, it really frustrates me because I feel like his mind was made up since the moment he met Ciara. So, like, that's okay, but communicate that with me, you know? And that's exactly what he didn't do. And that's all I asked from him since day one.
If Nick was a little bit more upfront with the way he was leaning, who would you have pursued and at least explored? Because it's so early, right? Like, you know, you barely even knew Nick. For all you know, like, spending 2 more days there, you could have realized, oh shit, like, Charlie and I are like, we're vibing.
Okay, another little side detail. I had amazing chats with the guys in the villa, and the conversations that were shown were, unfortunately, I love Charlie as a person. He's hilarious, but that was the least of my connections in that villa.
How funny.
Why does no one like Charlie? I feel like
Charlie, he's great, but I just got like bestie vibes from him.
All right.
And I said that too, but that didn't make the cut. So the real tea, Taylor and I actually had this like undeniable chemistry that wasn't ever shown.
Okay.
And if anybody else saved me that night, it would have been Taylor. But for me, I am such a girl's girl, and being a girl's girl in that villa is something that's very difficult to do because Alandria, she was my other girl. Huda and Alandria were my besties in there. And I think my loyalty to Alandria really, really got in the way of me fully exploring what could have been there with Taylor and I.
Okay.
It must have been easier to be dumped by Nick while he has a massive pimple on his face, no?
Not the pimple!
I mean, like...
Oh
yeah, I was like, there's any part of you who's like, you know what? Honestly, send me home. Send me home. I don't...
No, we all break out sometimes. And obviously he was dealing with a very stressful situation. So
That's
it is
true.
so funny.
Why didn't you offer him a pimple patch, you know, like a little star?
Had one on all throughout the day, but I guess he took it off for the recoupling. I don't know. What
I would have kept that patch on. Yeah.
He shouldn't have. That's crazy.
But no, I will say, like, Taylor, he always had Alandria in one hand, and he would have me in the other. He would help me up and down the stairs. He would bring me coffee every single morning. He would ask if I wanted breakfast. He just like had my back. Like, even during the recoupling announcement, he grabbed my hand and held on so tight and was like everything's gonna be okay, you know?
Aww.
So and the last thing he told me was, I'm gonna be checking up on you in the outside world.
Okay.
If it wasn't Nick, it would have been Taylor.
Okay. All right. Don't tell anyone that. Save that for us. Shh. Look at the exclusive. Belle-A, blink twice if there's any chance you show up at Casa Amor.
Wish I could blink 10 times.
That would
I
be
would love
crazy.
to. I feel like it would be such a sick storyline. Like this little shy girl comes in and then finally breaks out of her shell.
Right?
And then
See, she's all warmed up. Like,
She's
don't
ready to
put her
go.
back in,
Like,
coach.
she's
Let's
ready.
go.
She's gonna bring the heat. She's gonna do whatever it takes to get into that villa. She's not gonna have her girls clouding her judgment.
But and you'll
Movie
be able to
night's gonna
see,
be
you'll be able
rated.
to
You shouldn't watch this.
You'll be able to see all the girls, and then you'll go back and like Huda and Alondra are still your girls. So you'll be like, let me tell you the actual tea that they're not going to tell you. Could be good. It could
I
be
think
good.
it would be wild. So, producers, if that opportunity arises,
If they're
hit my line.
listening. Right.
We are so down for that to happen.
Oh my God.
Which of the guys makes the best breakfast?
Okay, this is so funny because it was a huge mystery the entire time of who was making the breakfast. Because I know that the guys would take credit for somebody else's work. But watching back, I'm seeing that Ace was the first one in the kitchen. He's the one scrambling all the eggs. He's the one like putting all of the beautiful like assortments on the plate. I am actually a very simple girl and I don't eat breakfast very much. So I love a good little peanut butter toast. And Nick did make me my peanut butter toast. I will give him credit for that. And he even like cut it up for me, which was very sweet.
Oh.
But Ace made me breakfast one day and I felt bad because I barely touched it. It was like too pretty to eat. He gave me the fruit, he gave me the avocado toast, he gave me the beautifully scrambled eggs, and I barely touched it.
Why do you feel like Ace and Shelly didn't hook up, or at least like match or pick each other? Because it felt like, I felt like that was the direction he was going. Watching it back, they both seemed to really connect on a deep level. Like, what do you feel like that was all about?
Genuinely, I think they could be endgame. I'm going to be so honest. I don't know how they haven't just clung onto each other because their connection is undeniable. And they actually, like, they've met before. And them being in the same place at the same time again in this entire process, I feel like that's fate.
It definitely means something.
Shelly is such a beautiful person inside and out, truly, in the way she carries herself. And Ace, he's there and he's playing the game for sure. He's getting to know everybody, but I think it's only fair. And he's testing every single one of his connections. And I feel like he's doing that so that he can potentially just go all in on Shelly and not be thinking of anybody else in the back of his mind.
You kind of read my mind, Belle-A. Like, I feel like, I don't know, Ace feels like he has this figured out. I feel like he knows what he's doing. He's like, maybe like he's watched the show. He's like, he's trying to play chess while everyone's playing checkers. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to wait. Like I feel he has a quiet confidence about him. And I thought, maybe they'll wait until they need to play that game. To that point, do you feel like Huda and Jeremiah are like a little too hot, too heavy, too soon?
Okay, so that is something that has scared me a little bit because Huda has become my best friend in that villa and Jeremiah has become like my big brother and my wingman. And like I have confided in both of them so very much. It terrifies me that they just have tunnel vision for each other because they're not testing that connection. And I'm a little afraid that, maybe when Casa comes around and somebody who is just Jeremiah's type, I'm not saying Huda's not, but if this other Latina with an accent walks in, knows exactly what she wants, and it's Jeremiah, and Huda is not going to be there to be in the back of his mind, it does scare me a little bit that he might fold. And I feel like Huda, as much as she said she's not writing anybody off, she has. And so it scares me because I don't think there would be another connection to save her.
Yeah.
And so I really genuinely do have high hopes for them. And I hope that they make it to the end because they are so beautiful and they have grown a lot in such a short amount of time that I think they do have so much potential in the outside world too. But I'm a little nervous for them for sure. Yeah.
Did you ever check Huda on her reaction to the bombshell coming in and participating in the challenge and pulling Jeremy, just playing the game? Was there ever a moment where, because she had a very like reaction, she was like, she's messy, I don't like her, she's not a good person. Did you ever have any conversation with her?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, Huda confides in me, and she did me more than anybody else. And in that moment, I was there. I was there to be the friend who validated her feelings, but also letting her know, like, hey, these girls are coming in here and they deserve a spot in this villa just as much as you and I do. And they're going to do anything and everything they can to find those connections because they deserve that. And I did let her know that. And after she slept on that for a little bit, something that the viewers didn't get to see is she owned her actions up and down like 4 or 5 times over to Amaya. And so, yeah, I was there to like feed into her delusions a little bit and just like validate her, because sometimes in the moment you don't need somebody telling you that you're just in the dead wrong. But I did have a little happy medium balance of letting her know that, hey, your feelings are valid, but hey, like, let's keep an open mind and an open heart and give these girls a warm welcome like they do deserve.
Okay. All right. Did you catch the part? Because it sounds like you watched it back. Did you catch the part where Jeremiah kind of caught himself and was like, if we win, which kind of gave like, are you here to win? Are you here to fall in love? And then he kind of like corrected himself a little bit.
Being around them, I don't know. Unless he really, really, really is dedicated to the bit, I would, like, I don't see that with him. Like, I don't think he's just here to win. I want to believe better in him than that, because he just does seem so genuinely whipped for her. And maybe it is delusional in my mind to think that, but he really just seems like he wants to see things through with Huda. And he does seem to genuinely care for her. And maybe it's just like me wanting them to work out so bad that I don't want that in my mind. But I don't think so. I don't think that's his whole goal here. I mean, I'm sure that's slightly in the back of anybody's mind in there. Like everybody wants to
I get it.
Right.
That's a good answer. It's a good answer.
But I don't think that's his whole goal.
Okay. Did the rest of the group refer to Huda and Jeremiah as mom and dad? Like Huda keeps telling us that everyone is referring him to his mom and dad.
I think she meant the villa as in me. Because I would refer to them as mom and dad. Right. I was sleeping alone in my bed since day 2, and their bed is right next to mine. So I would go and like cuddle up just like right with them, and they would both be there to like wipe my tears and you know, maybe feed into my delusions as well. Jeremiah really did become like a little wingman for me and would be like a little spy for me. So I definitely called them like mom and dad for sure. I don't know about anybody else, but I could say for myself.
I don't know if you heard it in the moment or if you've seen it when you watched it back. And I don't know if she had any malicious intent, but when Ciara sat down after that recoupling, knowing you were going home, and she looked over at Nick and said, "Good job."
Ooh.
Did that hurt your feelings?
It didn't really rub me the right way when she said that. To be honest with you, this is tough, because Ciara and I, we did develop a friendship, and she is just the sweetest person on the inside and out. And like I said, I do understand why Nick would be so torn between us, but there were moments that I didn't know happened, like her kind of like confiding in the other girls, saying how she was feeling, and then telling Nick how she was like uneasy about me and things like that I never got.
Yeah.
So I don't know, seeing all of the conversations being held behind closed doors, that definitely opens up my mind a little bit more. But once again, we're all there for the same reason. And I don't think she meant any malicious intent. Like, what do you say after that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so happy you chose me. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what I would say either. So I don't think she meant any ill intentions at all.
Do you think she should have had more of a reaction? Because it seemed like she wasn't all that bothered when she found out that you and Nick had that sexy makeout that you did after she picked, and she almost tried to blow it off. Do you feel like she's just like kind of trying to forget about it, or like, yeah, what did you think of that reaction?
I think in this point, I think she really wants to see it through with him. And like I kind of want to put myself in her shoes and wonder how I would react as well, because I didn't know what was happening, and I didn't know they shared that moment in the photo booth like that. 5 minutes after we had our moment in Soul Ties, that was diabolical.
I mean, that saliva was still up in that mouth of his.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I feel like maybe I kissed Ciara too. Like, the saliva's still there. But like, it's so early on, and y'all want some tea?
Yes. Only if you promise to save it for us.
Okay.
All right.
Nick has been in an open relationship before, and that was one of the first things he told me within our first conversation. And I don't know why I didn't raise a red flag to that right away. But I feel like him having Ciara and I maybe gave him a little bit of a taste from his past.
Yeah, he like felt right at home.
Yeah.
This man wasn't homesick at all.
All right. Well, last question before we have to let you go, Bella, about Belle-A. And I want to thank you. You've been so generous and we love you. Thank you so much for taking the time. Having been on your side of things, I've realized watching back that like some people like look different on TV than they do in person. Some people look they look hotter. Some people look better in person or better on TV. What is your opinion, having seen people from behind the screen, having met them in person? Like, is Jeremiah as smoking hot as he looks on our TV?
Oh, for sure. Jeremiah is fine, and he knows he's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Belle-A is absolutely stunning. She looks exactly like she does in person, like on screen as well. Okay. So I don't know. I think that I thought that going into this, that maybe people do look a lot better on screen, but now being on both sides of it, I don't think there were any catfishes there whatsoever.
Okay.
Maybe I was.
No.
But I think that everybody really was just like, they were good looking through and through.
And do you think, like, one more, like Charlie, like what, I know you mentioned you guys were just friends, but like he seems like a, tall, dark and handsome, good looking guy. And it really felt like all you women were just more like, eh.
I don't know what to say to this one. I feel like maybe it's just the energy that he brings that just says friend all over it. Okay. But you know what? He got a little more from Hannah, and that's what matters. I think that everything happens for a reason, and I think Hannah and Charlie were placed in the villa at the times they were absolutely to like find each other. So Hannah didn't have to fight any girl for her man.
True.
And they deserve each other. I don't know how well the connection is going to hold up, because I feel like they are very infatuated with each other right now, and they are in the little honeymoon phase, which is super fun, light and flirty. But it will be interesting to see what happens when a hot new male bombshell walks through those doors gunning for Hannah. True. Because Charlie wasn't fully on Hannah's radar until she had a conversation with him.
Okay.
I know. I'm very excited for Casa Amor. I feel like we're going to see a lot of cracks.
Well, I hope we see you there.
And we hope we see you there.
We hope you see you there. I hope you make an appearance on movie night. Belle-A, thank you so much. Congratulations on what was short, but certainly an impactful time on Love Island. And congratulations on all your success. Excited to see more of you. Thank you for your time and for the tea.
Thank you guys so much. I feel blessed to be here, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.
Right,
you
cheers.
too. Bye, babe.
Bye-bye.
Well, working in plastic surgery, there's one thing that I learned, and it is that your neck is the first thing to age you. And that's where Go Pure comes in, because Go Pure Beauty created their revolutionary Tighten and Lift Neck Cream, perfect for your summer skincare routine, powered by clinically proven active ingredients. This advanced formula is designed to visibly firm, smooth, and rejuvenate the delicate skin on your neck and chest in as little as 4 to 8 weeks.
All Go Pure products are cruelty-free, paraben-free, and sulfate-free. So you know you're giving your skin clean, effective care without the harsh chemicals or compromises.
Go Pure isn't just about transforming the skin on your neck. They have a full line of science-backed skin and body care to tighten, lift, and smooth skin from head to toe. What more could you want? Tighten, lift, and smooth? Are you kidding? From powerful targeted body creams to deeply hydrating retinol moisturizer, every product is packed with clean, effective ingredients that deliver real results without the harsh chemicals or hefty price. Go Pure over-delivers on value with over 100K real women and real results.
With over 1 million jars sold, this beauty secret is no longer a secret. For a limited time, our listeners get 25% off Go Pure with code VIALL. Just head to gopurebeauty.com, use code VIALL, and you are all set. And after you buy, do us a favor when they ask you where you heard about Go Pure. Tell them it was from our show. At this point, everyone knows that Natalie worked in medicine as a surgical technologist, but here's something I didn't think or know about before I met Natalie. It's how much the scrubs you wear matter. I thought all scrubs were created the same, but as Natalie will remind me, they're not. In fact, most standard scrubs are old school. Think big, boxy, and itchy. That's why Natalie is always rocking figs. And to this day, even though she's doing less in the medical field, she is not wearing her figs any less. They're incredibly soft, form-fitting, durable, and come in really fashionable styles. Natalie also loves rocking the new colors they come out with, and there are so many colors. Apparently, it's kind of a flex to show off how many shades of figs you have. They even have outerwear shoes and layers that make me want to try some. Oh, and they have pockets on pockets. So many pockets. Enough to store your keys, phones, stethoscopes, and more, so your hands are free. So if you have a healthcare professional in your family, and you want to give them a great gift, or maybe yourself you're in the healthcare profession and you haven't discovered the miracle of figs, go ahead and go to wearfigs.com, and you will be glad that you did. So if you work in healthcare or love someone who does, figs are a must-have, hands down. Go to wearfigs.com and use code FIGSRX. That's FIGSRX for 15% off your first order. Use code FIGSRX. Again, FIGSRX for 15% off your first order at wearfigs.com. Okay, what did we think? What a sweetheart.
She's the best.
Yeah, I mean, more sad that she left after interviewing with her. She just needed a warm up, you know?
That's why I think she's going to be really great in Casa Amor.
I don't think they would have let us interview her if she was coming back.
Yeah.
I'm sad that they didn't show us more of her and Taylor's relationship.
Yeah. What? That is interesting. Her being like, if Nick didn't like Taylor would have saved me, which is like interesting.
Yeah.
Because we've seen him this far be like, I don't have a physical connection with Alandria. So like, I wonder if that was with.
Not Nick leading with he's been in an open relationship is like if that was like some kind of asset on Love Island. He's like, don't worry, I'm used to dating multiple women.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
I'm good.
Oh, thank God.
And then was the
Just
only
follow
one
my
in
lead.
it was the only one in a love triangle. Like it's like clearly didn't know how to handle it.
Right. And then you have Austin on the complete opposite end that's just like, I'm in a love triangle and I don't want to be here.
Have y'all seen? I was telling Nick about it last night. This trend on TikTok that's like, I wish Love Island was like the Hunger Games and we could drop in like survival kits for them. And they were like, for Huda, we're dropping her some mood stabilizers.
We're dropping Nick pimple patches.
For Nick, pimple patches. For Jeremiah, it said a t-shirt that says, I'm not the stepfather, I'm the father that stepped up.
Oh my God. I have a theory though.
What?
I think Ace is into Huda.
Really?
Okay.
I do.
I can kind of see that because he really is focused on their
He's
relationship.
really,
the last few
really
episodes.
focusing
interesting.
too much on their relationship. He really doesn't want
That's an interesting theory, but you don't think the theory
He's
that
trying to
like,
get into Jeremiah's head.
I think he's in it to win it more than anyone else. And by win it, I mean like win, not like fall in love or meet a person. I don't know. It just seems a little shady that the established influencer YouTube star who found his way onto a reality TV show is already a bit of a red flag. And then the one lady that he's already met in person, how long or how much, whether it was a brief, meetup or they actually knew each other, I don't know. And then they just seem like they're playing everyone. Like that was so messed up to like match with Amaya and then immediately be like, I'm all for like setting up for expectations and boundaries and just like establishing where you stand. But he was like, oh, anyways, so excited to get to know you, but like, don't touch me, don't look at me, don't talk to me. Like, I definitely want to date other
Don't call
people.
me babe.
That
call me
was
babe.
crazy.
It was just like, it was just mean. That's like,
Don't
that's
you
not
dare
the way to do
expect
it.
me to say goodnight to you.
Yeah, it was just like, whoa. It's like, and the way he like talks down to some of these women when he had a confrontation with her, he's like, so this is how it's going to go. I'm going to talk, you're going to talk, we're going to hear. It's just like, bro, like, I don't know, get over yourself. Like, and again, like, I don't know, it's just kind of giving Napoleon. It's just, I don't know, it's a little too aggressive.
It's very condescending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's also like really just, it's such a slap in the face to Austin, him planning this yoga date like right in front of his face. It's like, okay, I get it. You can be into Shelly. We're only a couple days in, but just tell Austin, be like, yo, I'm still gonna pursue
he's
her.
being
It
Like,
is being
secretive.
so weird with being like, I'm gonna take
Yeah.
a girl to yoga. It's like, bro, just
We know.
like, yeah, why? Just say it.
And
Like-
set it up in the center of the villa, by the way.
yeah.
It's so secretive.
While she's in the middle of making Austin breakfast.
Also,
Like-
and I think it's definitely more Ace, but like, and I hate to even speculate because I love Shelly. I think she's so great and dynamic, and I would love for her to make it all the way to the end. She's such a captivating character. That being said, I thought it was kind of weird right before they recoupled that like she had this conversation with Austin, and she was basically like, "Listen, like we're friends. We're friends. Like friend vibes." And then like a couple scenes later, it was like, I don't know, maybe Austin and I should like, I don't know, maybe there's more there. And it just really felt like a conversation or something happened between her and Ace that we didn't get to see. And she was like, all right, well, I'm gonna circle back on Austin. It's like she knew that Ace wasn't gonna pick her, and it makes it clear. Ace is obviously very savvy. He's intelligent. He knows what he's doing, and he just talks like he understands the playbook of the show too much. And it makes sense that he's playing like the long game, and that he's gonna like couple up with someone else, and then he's gonna be like, hey, listen, I don't want to be called the player, and I still want to like get to know Shelly. So that's why he's gonna like have this conversation with her. And he just did it in such an aggressive way. It just, I don't know. And like, again, like love Shelly, but she's playing Austin. Like, it's just like, stop pretending that you're into this guy. When she says like, oh, you're so understanding, you're so patient, like said no girl ever who was actually into a guy, ever. She's just, it's just, and Austin's grown on me. He's sweet. He's a sweetheart.
Austin's growing on me too, but the Ace and the kissing challenge, the pie challenge, like I was like, dry heaving because I was like, this is far too much. Like, I'm just like, it's so, I don't know. I just felt so
when
bad.
he licked the pie.
When he licked the pie and then went into her mouth, and then it was like Austin sitting there and they're like licking. It's just, it was like, like he's got a plan, but I'm like,
the best part of that challenge was Ciara just being like, I just want to get my lips on Shelly.
Happy
True.
Pride,
Yeah.
everybody.
Happy Pride. I was living for that.
All of the
also
guys
wanna
were
get
like
my lips on
freaking their
Shelly.
shit. It was.
I was like,
so
that's not
guy-coded.
fair.
Yeah, that was giving,
Yeah, it's
I've
giving-
never been to college.
Literally.
Oh yeah, you have Nick with his phone.
Yeah, that was an ick.
Yeah.
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 and then Jeremiah after the challenge acting like a little bitch baby.
I do have to say it was
Am I wrong?
really weird that when Ace pulled Huda to talk about like the whatever, and she was like, she had just finished telling Amaya that she didn't want to pie Amaya, so she pied Ace, and then she's like, honestly, Ace, like I just wanted to like kiss you, like I was hoping it would land on the lips so that I could kiss you. What? Huh?
She said that she just didn't want to kiss Amaya. She'd rather kiss Ace. But I'm telling you, there's something
How
with
is
them.
that even,
Yeah.
how is
saying.
that better?
But like you're coupled up with Jeremiah being like, you're gonna look at another girl. You're gonna look. Are you
Yeah,
kidding? You're
I
gonna
mean-
look at another girl. And it's like you're telling Ace you were hoping to like make out with him over what?
Ace and Huda.
That conversation between Jeremiah and Huda, when they're, because they're not closed off. So like, I know we're open, but I'm just saying, like, if another girl comes and like, I don't want to like talk to her. And he's like, what? It's just like either you're open or you're closed, And if you're open,
Yes.
who knows? And if you're closed, then you're fucking closed. The semantical argument that it was just solely based off each other's insecurities and trying to like fuck with each other's heads. It was just so
He was
obnoxious.
literally like, we're closed off unless a badder bitch comes in.
Yeah.
Was literally what he was
Literally.
saying. Which is crazy.
There's nothing worse than if somebody's mad at me and I know that they're mad at me and I'm like, just talk to me. And they're like, no.
No, he acted like such a bitch baby. When she came over to him and he shook her hand and then gives her 2 thumbs up, it was like, what?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Or when she was like, how do you usually hold me, Jeremiah, or whatever? And he's like, I'm not going to hold you the same way every time. And it's like, bro, you couldn't keep your hands off her this entire time. One of your friends said one thing, and instead of having a conversation, you're acting completely differently.
Mhm.
I just don't play with that. I'm like, either say what you need to say and get it out, or like let it go. But I'm like, to like cause a whole scene being like, I'm gonna pout and then I'm just not gonna tell you because I'm so angry.
He hates to be told that he's doing great. He hates to be told he's
Oh
doing
my God.
great.
He does. Good job. Great
Okay,
job.
so words
Wait,
of
wait,
affirmation's
wait.
not your love language.
Literally.
I do understand him a little bit in that moment. Like she's talking down to him a little bit. Like it's a little much when it's like everything she does, she's like giving like a grade 2, or it's just like,
I mean, he could have sat there and been like, I just need a moment. Like, just give me some time. But he was like being weird with like the shaking her hand and the thumbs up and the like didn't want to look at her. And like, and then she pulls him and he's like, nah, bro, like I'm straight. I'm cool. I'm chilling. It's
everything
like,
about the relationship is definitely giving like college, high school relationship where it's really too intense, too fast. And they love the idea about each other and they love talking about how great they're going to look to their friends and yada, yada, yada.
wait, did y'all catch when they go to the water park and Huda's talking about living together? And he's like, yeah, like maybe eventually like we'll start like in, like visiting long distance and maybe like we'll move to the same state, and then maybe like same city and like we'll just like kind of work our way. And then she goes back to the girls and she's like, he said he wants to live with me. Huh? It's like,
Yeah, there's zero chance they end up together. That relationship is gonna absolutely crash and burn.
That man is terrified of her now. But I was also wondering that I'm like, because he kind of said the whole like good boy situation was like based after like her acting like a mom or like treating him like a child. And I'm wondering if he would still feel that way if she hadn't told him
Yes.
about being a mom.
Yes. I
Because it's
agree.
like now he's kind of using that against her and using that as like his way out, being like, no, you talked down to me. But if she talked to you like that and you didn't know she had a kid, would you have a problem with it? Or would
Yeah.
you think it was like pet names?
It
Totally.
started after she told him that she had a kid.
Huh.
totally. Amaya lost me during that.
Maya lost her.
100%.
She lost me with the blow up at Shelly.
I kind of think she's great.
The argument with Ace where she's like, she just kept saying, yeah.
Babe.
She kept saying the same
No.
thing over and over
Yeah,
again and
yeah.
wouldn't let him talk.
Yeah, which nothing
Oh, I
pisses
don't-
me off more than like someone just repeating themselves over and over and over in an argument. It's like, okay,
But
whenever
she's-
you're done.
she's
like,
activated. I'm like, yeah, it was a little messy and it was intense, and she like, she was activated. But I think she's onto something, and I think she can tell that Shelly and Ace are like, they're being shady.
No, she has every right to be like pissed off with Ace. What he's doing to her is so fucked. It's so unfair. It's not nice. It's like, honestly, like if I'm her, that would make me feel really small.
I don't think Shelly is completely innocent in this whole charade that they're playing.
Shelly's playing the Love Island game. Shelly's being
Maybe
like,
so, yeah.
it's 8 days in, babe. Like you might be coupled up with Ace, but like I still like want to get to know him, and like he wants to get to know me. He's open. I'm open.
All I'm saying, if they end
Shelly
up
doesn't
together,
like Austin.
yeah, if they
She doesn't.
if Shelly and Ace end up together, I don't know, something's up. Like it's there was something shady going on. I don't know. The way she is pretending to like Austin makes me question.
She doesn't want to go home.
No,
So they all do that. They all like want to stay in their couple so that they like
But just
make sure they
lean
have
in-
a couple for the next time.
lean into your connection with Ace. Like show more of a like, I don't know. Listen, it's definitely way more Ace,
It's all Ace. Shelly's done nothing wrong but play the game.
It's time for some new bombshells.
We
Yes.
definitely. Oh my god! I was like, give us the.
they better bomb. And I hope. I don't get why they don't like Charlie. I just don't get it.
Y'all want to know what's fucked? When Huda was like, when Jeremiah got called for Alandria or whatever for whatever they did, and they landed on Kiss, and he just pecked. She's like, you could have made out with her. It's like. You just
my
about
God.
took off Amaya's head when she made out with him at the last challenge. Like,
Yeah.
but now it's
Make up
okay
your
for your
mind.
girl to make him? Like, what?
Make up your mind.
This girl has me literally like whiplash. I'm like, where are we?
And I like the best of the Lender probably didn't want to kiss him either.
Yeah. Oh,
She was like,
Alandria
"No."
is the best. She's my fave.
I
That's
spotted
my
your red
girl.
flags from day one.
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
She's always like, listen, I don't want to gossip, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops, he didn't tell you that.
oh shit. Oh, my bad. I don't.
My bad.
Right? Both Ace and Austin going to her for advice on Shelly. And it's just like, she's like, yeah, like just don't quit trying. Just put your all in there.
I saw this interesting TikTok, and they were obviously referring to Huda, but they were like, it's a major red flag when to this person, and I agree with them, that like when women start like really early on in a friendship being like, oh my God, I love you. You're my soul sister. Like we're sisters, we're besties. And that's kind of how Hood has been acting. Like whenever she revealed to Ciara that she was a mom, like 3rd episode or 4th episode. And she's like, you're my sister. Like I've come to realize, and I get that they're spending a lot of time together, but
that's intense. It's like it's like a friendship love bombing in a way. It's like claiming friends, and it feels a little transactional. It's just like, I love you, so in case I need something from you, just know that like I'm your ride or die.
Yeah,
you know, it's
and you better not vote me out.
Literally.
Yeah, no. Huda's she's no dummy. She's playing the game, but she's also just like, she gets a little too activated too early. She's fun to watch. She's great television.
I do think all of the men are scared of her. I mean, Nick being like, I just think she.
Don't tell her that.
Please don't tell her I said that.
That was annoying.
Yeah. It's like,
and he's the cause of it. He's the cause of why Jeremiah is acting different. He's like, just don't tell her I said that. So he's like, I don't know why I'm acting different. I'm totally fine, girl.
I also felt like his criticism didn't make sense. Like, I think there's a lot of holes to poke in Jeremiah and Huda's relationship, but like I don't think she's pretending to like him.
Yeah.
You know, like she definitely likes him. And I don't know. And maybe I don't know. Maybe you're right, Leia. Maybe there's something going on they haven't shown us. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe Huda and Ace, like maybe they're giving each other looks. Like Ace is fucking sneaky, and he doesn't want to he doesn't like revealing his cards, pun intended.
During the blindfolded challenge in the very beginning, remember when they were allowed to like go kiss whoever they wanted to?
Oh yeah.
Ace kissed Huda.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He kissed Shelly and Huda, yeah.
There has not been a conversation about that.
Wait, that's so true. I forgot about that.
Wow.
I'm just saying, Huda and Ace, there's going to be something. Ace is definitely into Huda.
Yeah.
And especially after hearing the most recent conversation of her being like, I just wish I would have kissed you. That is a weird thing to say when you're like, so you want to be closed off with your man so bad. To be like.
And he also wasn't getting upset with her for touching his arm.
I can't wait for Casa more.
Truly.
They're gonna blow that shit up in Casa. I cannot. So fucking bad.
And then the movie night, Huda's like, he's gonna be so scared. If Jeremiah folds in Casa Amor,
I hope they pick
remember the Kaylor and Aaron of it all, where she's just like, Aaron, like the whole time, and she's like sobbing, crying. She's like, what the fuck is this? Like Huda's gonna be pissed, and the death stare she's gonna send this man.
I don't think Jeremiah though. I think he's smart enough. If he breaks, I think he'll come clean fast.
This is the thing about Casa Amor is that they've all seen the show.
Yeah,
they all know what happens, and then they all do it anyway.
That's what's so funny.
Single time.
I know, but like Jeremiah up until this point has been very self-conscious, whether it's because he doesn't want to hurt Huda's feelings or because he's self-conscious about his brand or how he comes across. Like he has been swerving, he's been pecking, he hasn't even been making out during the games, which everyone gets like a green light to do that shit. So he's very self-aware of that on that end. So I have a hard time believing that he's going to come back knowing that movie night exists and lie about it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's messy as fuck.
I could see Jeremiah coming back with somebody else.
Well, so the best case scenario is that they pick a baddie for him. They go into Casa with their relationship like really rocky. Like, and that's the thing. So much of a relationship right about this is about how it starts, right? It's like that meet cute. They love how they meet. Obviously, this isn't like, Love Island world, but it's like, it's based off of like just absolutely being obsessed with each other, like the first week and talking about, oh my God, our kids would look so cute together and blah, 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 blah. And it's all about this fantasy that they built when they first met. And then everything about those types of relationships is about maintaining the fantasy without like it just like being normal and getting to know each other. So like they'll continue down this path of like just like trying to preserve how they met, and then Casa Amor will start and he will already be like questioning how things are. He'll have his buddies get in his head. Nick will be like, I don't know, man, she's a little toxic. And then they'll bring in this, this bombshell. And yeah, I don't think Jeremiah is going to like do whatever he does and come back and be like Aaron was last year and just been like, yeah, nothing happened. Like I didn't do anything.
I don't remember.
I don't really remember, like I don't think he's going to do that. I think it'll come clean and then he'll do the whole like guy thing where he's like, I'm just so confused and I still like you, but I like her too. And it'll be a big mess and then Huda will blow up. And then that's where Ace maybe comes in.
When is Casa Amor?
Not for a while.
It's not for a while. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Jeremiah and Huda are breaking up before Casa.
Tonight.
They're not lasting.
What did he? I mean, he was like, "Bro, I'm done. Like, she keeps calling me, like, saying I'm doing great. Like, I'm out of this shit." Is what he was sitting there saying to Nick, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Wait, is he saying their relationship's over?"
No,
and then he was like,
Straight
"I'll
up,
do anything
yeah.
for her," and I was like, "What?"
No, he's like everything's perfect except that I hate her. You know.
Yeah.
Everything's perfect if she would just stop talking to me.
Yeah. And like, let me like enjoy my Love Island experience.
Yeah.
It's a good group. I mean, I think I'm as into this season as I was.
Yeah,
last
they're definitely
season.
growing on me.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's so fascinating because I think, I don't know, maybe it's like our brains for reality TV. We come in with wanting to be such haters, you know. It's like, oh, you know, you look at the pictures and you're like, oh, this, all that. First episode, you're like, I don't know these people. I don't give a fuck about them. And start watching them, and then you realize, oh, I get why they were casted. It makes a lot of sense.
Should we get into the valley?
Let's get into the valley. All right, valley. It continues to be just dark. And
It's so dark, guys. It's such a hard watch now.
did you guys see the reports that the Toms are interviewing to be on season 3 of the Valley?
What do you mean interviewing?
Wait, what?
Well, I
It's
mean,
giving
they're
to
not
one.
on the show, so like, you know, I don't know. They're like meeting with producers, talking storylines, blah 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 blah, about the possibility of. It sounds like, I don't. Maybe this was a blog. I don't know. You never know. Like, we thought Carl left Summer House. Even Andy Cohen sounds like he believed that fake post.
But who else is interviewing?
The Toms.
And who else?
Is there someone else? Did I forget? Who else?
Gina?
Ariana's brother.
Oh yeah, and Ariana's brother. Which
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
giving Bravo
Yeah.
putting up loser men on a pedestal.
I can't. Well,
Yeah.
I can't.
It's
I mean,
like the leftovers.
I can't argue against that. You know, the Toms. I mean, you know, especially Swartz have a bit of a soft spot. And put it this way: would it be interesting to you guys if you could see? Well, Tom Sandoval is in a relationship. Swartz at least says he wants kids. I would like to see them to be in seemingly decent relationships and strive for the American family dream.
Do we feel like we trust Tom Sandoval on another TV show while in a relationship?
I just like don't know what that show would be.
Are Ariana and her brother on good terms? Are they close?
That I don't know.
Wasn't there like headlines a long time ago of like she hasn't spoken to him?
Yeah, I feel like the
It's-
last I
that was a
heard, there
while
was definitely a
ago.
rift.
Because he was
but-
still on good terms with Sandoval, I think, after Scandoval
Well,
or
there's
something.
your issue.
And he was hanging out with Jax when Jax was dating that like OnlyFans model during everything. So I'm like, yeah, he's definitely picked the wrong side of history.
Yeah, they weren't on speaking terms a year ago.
One of the biggest, I think, misconceptions out there, especially with like public figures, is family members. You know, so often if there's like a report, like so and so's brother or sister or cousin or whatever, you know, might speak on what they know about this public figure, or maybe they're quoted in some kind of book, and it's just like, I have 10 brothers and sisters, and they're very different. I mean, I have siblings on the complete opposite end of the political spectrum, you know, and everything in between. And some of us are close. I mean, as a whole, we're a close family. But like the individual, like, I wouldn't want most of my siblings speaking on my behalf. You know what I'm saying?
Like if someone wrote like a biopic about your life,
like, would you want your
wouldn't-
sisters? Like, how many of your siblings would you want to be like, yeah, let me tell you everything I know about Natalie?
Yeah, probably not a lot of them. For
You know?
sure.
Especially a sibling. It's loaded with such like sibling rivalry.
I feel like they would tell it, and I'm like, that's not fucking how it happened, like at all.
I mean, Ariana's got to be so pissed about the possibility. It's such a good concept of Valley. Like, get aspirational people.
They need to convince Stassi Schroeder and Lala Kent. They've got to.
Stassi's Team Hulu at this point. She's off the grid.
I don't care. They need to pay her enough money. Her and her family need to be on the Valley.
Stassi would be great, but they can like this group of Vanderpump adjacent people are not the
Leftovers.
only people who live in the Valley. They're not the only people you can make the show
that's
about.
what I think. That's what is what we like so much about the Valley with Kristen is that we saw her as this like
Sure.
crazy drunk kid, and now she's like becoming a mom. She's settled down. She's bought a house. She's like, and we like that transition. These random friends that like some are fans of the show, some are not. I don't feel like they're as compelling.
They're not at all. Don't need Jasmine. Don't need Zach. Who are,
Janet, Michelle.
I will say
Mia?
Janet at least is. Janet might give Karen, but I don't think she's like a
She's
bad
the most
person.
boring person to watch on reality
she's
television.
awful.
I'm not saying.
I'm sorry. I get that she came on, but no, she's a terrible reality
Yeah,
star.
she does not give anything from herself. All of her drama is like
Yeah,
spewing
I'm
shit
not-
about
I'm-
other people from forever ago or keeping the same fight going episodes in.
I would fire them
Thank
all except for
you.
Kristen and Luke. I mean, Luke's only crime is wearing those shorts with that suit. Do you think that was Chris? I mean, that must be Kristen's fault. There's no way Luke picked that out for himself. That's just
I feel
Luke.
like Luke picks out his own clothes.
There's no way he picked
For
that
sure.
out.
Yeah,
There's
like
no way he picked that out, like that pink linen suit pant
short. set.
short.
It was
set.
stylish.
He was taking a fashion.
It was brave. The man
Pink
takes
just
risks.
blends in with his skin, and
That
then
part.
when
That
when it cut to the wide, it was a jump scare. I was like, "Is he naked?"
The shorts was definitely a jump scare. But no, I think we need Lala's. I said this, the last reality recap. We need Lala's dynamic, right? We need like this powerful
Yeah.
woman with her children, no fucking man. Like maybe she's dating,
Yeah.
whatever, but like the pod with her mom and her brother, like raising her family, her doing her pod. Like she's a powerhouse. We need Lala. I think Stassi with her 2 kids and her husband.
Stassi's not coming back. So,
I'm
Lala and
honey,
Kristen.
we're not actually casting them. This is all imaginary.
Okay, but
Like, what is your problem? We're not
Natalie's perfect
Bravo.
world.
Like, that will never happen. So stop saying it. It's like, holy shit, it's my dream team. It's crazy.
This is her fantasy
I
football.
was gonna say that next time he
Literally,
crosses
like,
his team.
sorry, Aaron Rodgers is never gonna play for you in real life.
Stassi Schroeder.
Stassi Schroeder with her family on the valley. Anyone else have a dream team that involves
All
Stassi?
So we have Stassi, Lala, Kristen. Would it be not funny to have? I'd be interested in watching the Tom's date on the Valley. They're
I'd be fine never.
they're
Tom
not as
Sandoval.
dark. I
I'm-
mean, compared to Jesse and Jax, the Toms make them look like sweet souls.
I think we can
But, like-
do
I think
Schwartz
reverse
without
that.
Sandoval.
There
Yeah.
you
I agree.
Yeah,
with
we
that.
definitely
I
can.
agree with
for sure.
that. I'm like, the only thing even with Schwartz though too is that I love Schwartzy, but I feel like he's still so like I'm trying to figure it out. Like the contrast between like these like marriages falling apart, like you have to get rid of all of that to incorporate someone like Schwartzy because it's just gonna go from like fighting to like do here's my plants. Like it's just two very different vibes.
No, I don't want the darkness of this show. I don't.
What about Heidi and Spencer?
I don't know if they mesh with the show.
I
mean,
feel
that
like
would
they're
be
their
a-
own. They're Heidi and Spencer are Heidi and Spencer. They're not part of an ensemble anymore. Like they're their own
True.
show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, they're my
They
dream.
should have their own show.
I would want them.
Justin said it, not
Okay,
you.
so Nick's dream team is Heidi and Spencer, Tom Sandoval,
Yeah.
No,
Like, no
no,
one's tuning into
Victoria
this
Lee
show.
Robinson.
no. Tom Sandoval's not
Who
my
else
dream.
is on your
I'm-
dream team, Nick?
if I
Sorry,
were
they're
cast-
not renewing it. Your season.
No, I want more
So far, I don't know if I'm
aspirational
watching.
people.
Ratings are low for Nick's season of The Valley.
I think I'd perform.
No one's watching.
Whose season performs better, Nick's dream team or Natalie's dream
Wait,
team?
when did they become my dream team? They-
You just said they were.
no, I said they're being interviewed.
But you
And
got
I-
mad at me when I said Stassi, and you were like, "No, never.
get-
That won't happen."
When did I get
It's like that's
mad?
my dream.
I'm just
team.
like pretty sure she's on Hulu. She's booked and busy.
She has her own show though.
Yeah.
He's right.
I do also feel like though they can't really put anyone else, like whoever else is on this show has to come from reality TV, right? Like there can't be like a Julianne Hough on. Like we can't have
Why not?
because she's not gonna like
Nick's dream team, Julianne
mix
Hough.
and mingle literally.
I'm not saying Julianne Hough, but what I'm saying is I want people who are aspirational, that have cool lives, that have good qualities to them. And sure, every once in a while, they show some vulnerability. They bring some mess in their life onto the show.
Like who?
I don't fucking know.
Who's at the top of your head? Besides Tom
Who's your dream
Sandoval, because I
team?
don't see how he's aspirational in any sort of
I
way.
did. His cameos are charming.
I've never seen a cameo from
He
Tom
puts so
Sandoval
much-
in my life.
He puts so much work into them.
He does put a lot into
It's like a
those
birthday
cameos.
tribute. He plays music in the background. It's.
He's
Gotta
mixing
make
a
money somehow.
drink, sets up a whole bar.
Have you bought one?
He's always doing the most.
I saw him floating around. the
Nick
internet.
just has a bunch of Tom
Father's Day
Sandoval
is coming up.
cameos.
He's like, hey, Nick, me again.
Yeah,
I
Natalie,
think
know
he's
what to get
working
him for
on
Father's
himself. I
Day?
just,
Yeah.
I come back.
So you have no one that like you can think of off the top of your
Off the
head?
top of my head, Julianne Hough actually wouldn't be bad. I mean, she'd never do it, but
Okay.
it'd be pretty good.
Like, I feel like we're back to square one. No, I mean, like, how did we start? Yeah, with
Let's
me.
do a new
and
show.
Now he's like, Julianne Hough would never do it, but yeah, I'd have her on. Like, Stassi Schroeder would never do it, but yeah, I'd have her on.
No, Stassi can't.
I do
it.
think the beauty of the Valley is that it's a group of friends who are in the Vanderpump like sphere of universe. So it's like friends of friends of friends of friends. So they kind of have to stick to that like.
Are you explaining the
Bubble.
plot line to the Valley?
No, but I'm saying like you have to stay true to the Valley,
Sphere
like
of
the show
universe is
itself.
wild.
That is the like log line.
Jasmine's been someone who's just been like floating around LA for the past decade, like trying to be friends with other reality TV stars and found her way on the show. Like, is it that compelling? And all she's done is like point fingers at people. Like, what do we even know what she's been doing for the past 10 years? What does she even do for work?
Genuinely don't know, but can we talk about that moment though when they sit down for dinner for the confrontation and how fake she was?
No,
Like,
that
she's
was
been
insane.
sitting here running her mouth to everyone about like how dark side Danny, like
She's a terrible
or not
reality
dark
TV
side
star.
Danny, about Janet and whatnot. And then it was just like instantly like, I never said that. I forgive you. Like, we're good. And it was just like, girl, you wasted my last 3 episodes on this storyline for this to be the confrontation.
Like
Fired.
the beach fight was crazy, and for that to be the last time you speak, and then now this, it's like
yeah, where was the? I thought I missed something. I was like, what happened? Where
She was like,
was
you're
the
not a Karen.
conversation?
I was like, you screamed it in her face.
And then
last
Janet's
week.
like, yeah, I guess I probably am. I looked it up, and I probably am a little bit of a Karen. It's like, what is happening? This was
like, you
clearly
set this whole thing up.
It was clearly a scene. They're clearly just good friends who are like, guys. Jasmine's like, listen, Janet, I'm gonna throw a couple like, you're a Karen, you have bad vibes, and you're gonna get like offended, and then we're gonna make up next episode. Is that cool? And they're like, yeah, great, cool. See you at the beach. Like, that's how that happened.
Kind of smart.
I
Rough.
said when they both sat down to that dinner, I go, there's 2 bad actors. One is already acting, one hasn't gotten started yet. And I don't know if you saw Janet's face when she sat down, but she was just like this like shy, timid, like, I'm so sad. And then it was just like, for that to be the confrontation, I was like, you guys are fake.
Janet
Yeah.
pissed me
The way
off this
they're
episode.
bringing up this dark Danny again. I mean, maybe Danny was hammered, but I've never seen a more sober, on camera, calm person.
Jason's like, you're acting weird, dude. You're acting weird. Go for a walk. Nick was like, he's literally sitting there.
He's just sitting there with his legs crossed.
He's
just
literally
chilling.
sitting there, and it's like all of them like are yelling. All of them yell at each other. All of them get into drama. All of them do this, and it's like just because Danny had a couple of drinks, he's only doing this because he's drunk. It's like, why can't he just stand up for himself?
Also, Jason, what a bitch. The way he's afraid to help them decorate the bar because it's going to upset his abusive, toxic friend who's coming out of rehab. Like, excuse me? Like, are these guys honestly just, what does Jax have over them? Does he have like, I mean, that would be very believable that Jax blackmailed all his friends.
Truly.
That's what it's giving. Like the fact that any of these guys have the nerve to stand up or
They're also
want to be his friend at this point is fucking crazy.
They're also acting like they ripped down all of Jax's like name. Like they put a piece of paper over his signage. Jesse's like, I can't believe this. This is happening. Like he's getting out tomorrow. He's gonna hear about this. It's like just rip down the sheet of paper.
Yeah, Jesse trying to make me feel bad for Jax. I'm like,
Please.
never.
Yeah,
There's literally, we should do way worse.
I have to pick my friend up from rehab tomorrow, and we're just aiding in his regression. And it's just like, okay, don't post the photo. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
regression.
Just-
the man's been he's been like harassing Brittany the entire season. What regression?
Yeah.
Where?
Question. when she said that he came by to pick up the mail. What rehab facility is allowing somebody to go stop by their house to pick up the mail? Like, how do you know he's not using?
He's not there. He's at a friend's house. He's every time we see him, he's sitting in front of someone's wall. It's just like
Literally.
Jason being like, no. And I walked in and I talked to the professionals there and I said, this is what you're dealing with. It's like, honestly, I feel like Jax hired some people. And that's where you went to like Jax's facility.
He's in
This
someone's spare
wasn't an
bedroom.
actual one. Yeah. It was crazy to hear them. They're like packing up all of his stuff. And Brittany's like getting emotional. And she's like, I just love him. You know, you can't get over him overnight. It's like overnight. It's been 10 years of this. What do you mean overnight?
Move on.
I mean, I honestly, I couldn't with her whole, like, her ordering McDonald's, Taco Bell, and this girl needs to
Oh
get
my
her life
God.
together. I mean, if that's not just parallel to everything about her life.
I think that was a trend.
Yeah, well,
There's like a trend.
it's a
on-
disgusting
on-
trend.
Okay. Well, we can-
Oh,
Take-
I
Cut all
was
this
like,
I was-
I ordered
invite me.
Taco Bell. I
Yeah.
saw it and I was like, actually down.
Looks
I'll take
pretty
the
good.
McDonald's tower.
Michelle walking in though and being
Actually-
like, is there anything for me?
Air and
I-
water,
I
my
relate.
love.
I relate.
This show really does hate women. Justin, you sent some kind of article talking about the showrunner Jeremiah and how he also
Oh, yeah.
showruns Southern Charm, and he did the Vanderpump like
He
season
did-
10 and 11, and what was
Valley
that?
Vanderpump and Southern Charm. Yeah.
Oh, so he hates women.
Well, and there's just
Well,
a
there just
through
seems to be
line.
a
I mean,
theme.
people don't know. Well, people don't know too much about this producer. He's associated with a lot of the seasons that were also like quote unquote the worst received ones by audience members, and he was removed from Southern Charm like halfway through.
I know Jeremiah.
And he was an executive producer.
I
So
don't
it's
know him, but I know of him.
oh, and I think he was name dropped also in Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's an interesting like people are noticing a pattern, whether it's him or if it's just reality. Who knows?
But it's just the way,
But-
for example, like this episode, they did Michelle so dirty, right? Like
Yeah.
I was shocked by even the women's our audience response, which is a lot of women, like the way they are not rallying behind Michelle. Like I just, again, look at Jesse, the type of person he is, what he put Michelle through. And like, you know, maybe Michelle's not your favorite character. Maybe you find her slightly obnoxious, but like, how can you not have empathy for someone like Michelle, given everything that Jesse has done, which is very similar to a lot of things that Jax has done in terms of just emotionally torturing her, spending her money, spending all this money
Mhm.
to try to look rich rather than like build a life together. It's crazy.
What I do think though is crazy is that Lala was the only person to ask Michelle about her mom. Like she's
Right.
been with these
Mhm.
people. She calls these other people like her best friend. She's been with them so much more than she's been with Lala, like as we've seen. We haven't seen not one of these people ask Michelle
No.
about her mom.
And I think like, again, the
Mhm.
show did her so dirty because her comments, I guarantee you people are going to be, it was edited in a way that was very much like, here's Brittany's moment. It was edited to like give Sheena in a way. It's like, it was the kind of
Yeah.
like, a what about me type of thing. But like,
Yes.
this is an in the moment interview that Michelle probably did, I don't know, weeks after they wrapped filming, right? Like they're doing pickups. They're talking about, you know, she probably came in for like a 4-hour session to go through like moments of the season and just kind of talk about, well, how do you feel about like just the support, you know, do you think the rest of the group supports you when it comes to Jesse, blah, blah, blah. She answers these questions and then they decided to embed it into this episode in this moment that makes her like look like a Sheena. And it's just like, they're doing her so dirty. And I just don't get why. I just like, why don't they have like the show? Why doesn't the show have empathy for these
Yeah.
women, specifically Michelle? Because again, like Brittany, I'm just so over. They're moving her out and she's still being like, I just love him. I don't know, his jean jacket. Oh my God, the jean jacket. I don't care. Like we got to see a season of Michelle and Jesse. We got to see how shitty he was. And Michelle finally was like, enough is enough. I don't want to be with this person. I need to be free of this person. Michelle is an example of standing up for yourself, leaving a toxic situation, and showing that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And they are highlighting Brittany, who is someone who is an example of continuing to like delusionally believe and someone who's never going to change. And for all the people out there watching the show who need a little inspiration to like leave a bad situation, they are making the one person who's doing that, Michelle, look like a Sheena.
Well, it's looking also like where at the end of Vanderpump, you had Lala saying like, well, I didn't get this treatment when I went through a divorce on the show or when I got cheated on. And then Ariana gets like the God treatment, where she doesn't have to film with Sandoval and she can like,
It's that for me, where I'm like, I feel like everyone's ignoring or not acknowledging the fact that like Jax is in a facility right now. So yes, we're there as support for Brittany, but I'm like, Michelle's being forced to spend time, hang out in an intimate group with a man who's actively trying to make her life miserable.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what they do now that Jax is leaving rehab, like how the friend group is going to navigate. Like, are they going to invite Jax to all the functions or is it just going to be Brittany? Like, because right now, they're inviting Michelle and Jesse to everything and they're not taking into consideration how Michelle might feel about that. And they're like continuing to be friends with Jesse even when he's been emotionally abusive
But
to
Santa Barbara happened. She literally threw a drink in the man's face. He's calling her a hooker. And then here we are for like a fuck Jax party and we invited Jesse. Like, why?
Right. So it'll be interesting to see like if they invite Jax to things or if they're going to be like, no, we are on Team Brittany. Jax is not allowed. And then, that would be a slap in the face to Michelle.
Congratulations to Danny and Nia for 4 under 4. They had the birth of their child recently, so congratulations to them. And it's just the fact that the show is putting so much energy in trying to make them look bad. It just kind of shows what this show's about. This is like it could be so much better.
It really could be so much better if they just like stopped editing it in this fucking way. And Janet found her own storyline. We got an insight into her relationship. Maybe she showed us some cracks in her marriage or some stuff her and Jason work on or life at home with Janet. I mean, like every scene she has, it's about a fight with someone else.
Yeah, Jasmine's the same way.
Exactly. You know what's interesting about this friend group is that I don't see the benefit of it. Like, I don't see them having fun. I don't see them like actually enjoying each other. I don't see any of them actually being there for each other emotionally. All I see are like them being petty, talking behind each other's backs, being mean to each other. Like with every other cast, it's like you have the drama, but you also see the love. I don't see the love with this cast.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just all mediators of the trauma that's happening.
I don't see how Ariana's brother is going to help.
No.
Well, he'll bring the weed.
Julianne Hough, though.
Yeah.
Please.
How do we feel about Rachel Zoe joining the cast of Beverly Hills Housewives? I feel like that's a
I
nice
think
little...
it's giving Rebecca Minkoff.
You do.
Rachel Zoe was rumored for a while now.
Well, and also Rachel had a long-standing show that like
the Rachel
started
Zoe
Brad
Project.
Gorski and like so I'm like she's already reality TV.
How did you say Brad's name?
Brad Gorski?
Yeah, I don't.
What?
I don't think that's
How do you say it?
Goreski?
Anyways, he literally was her show is what like put him into the
canon.
Thank you. So I'm like, I feel like it's actually like a really good move because like Rebecca Minkoff has never had a personality where I'm like Rachel is
she had a hit show,
so
like, for a long time. It was it was a huge show back then.
Does she have like rapport with any of these women?
I'm assuming she does.
I would feel like she would have more rapport with like an Erica or like a Lisa Rinna, like somebody who's not actually on the show right now, but I feel like she's in that circle.
Did Bose have a rapport though with anyone? Because she kind of came in without any ties, and she was great.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm with Ciara. I think she has already shown the ability to be a compelling reality TV star. Where Rebecca kind of showed up as a fashion
name
icon
who was like, oh,
looking to up her brand.
Yeah, this I get to be on TV. This housewife thing sounds fun, and then showed up and was like, whoa, I did not sign up for this. Like, holy shit! Like,
is Rachel Zoe a member of Scientology?
No.
Okay.
God, please.
Just making sure we're not getting that storyline again.
No storyline.
I did see a meme of like the millennials know Rachel Zoe, and then the Gen Z like know of Rachel Zoe.
Yeah.
And like that's the difference of like she's gonna hit 2 different demographics, but in different ways.
I think that's the same thing for next gen. Like a lot of their parents, I feel like Gen Z's not gonna really know, besides some of the housewives. But like Rachel Roy, like, which is crazy because she's iconic. But I do feel like a lot of people probably watching are like, who?
Right. Or like
Same
and
with her
Damon,
dad.
like Ava's dad. Yeah.
Literally.
But I know Ava.
Right. And that's the proof in the pudding.
Did you see Ava Dash was dating Diana Jenkins' son and also Crystal Minkoff's nanny?
I'm confused.
So sorry.
What?
What?
Huh?
So she's been in the back of Bravo scenes like multiple seasons.
How are we feeling now 2 episodes in? Are we
I'm
starting
still
to
like, no. And
Episode 2 was better.
Nick made a great point last night when we were having dinner. We were talking about it. And he said, is Bravo too old for this show?
Like,
Has
its
the
audience-
age demographic of Bravo elevated to where now this show is like, like
That's a very interesting call out. Maybe it's exactly what they're trying to do, like appeal to a younger demographic and like make Bravo appeal to like Gen Z more.
Yeah, we'll see.
maybe, yeah.
They might have to give it some time. I love the New York vibe. It's slow so far, and it's definitely giving too self-aware with some of these characters, and it's kind of giving potential doing scenes. Speaking of potentially doing scenes, did you guys see the trailer for Beyond the Villa?
Yes. I'm so glad you brought this up. Are you talking about Kayla and Liv's fight?
It looks
Oh my God,
potentially
yeah.
really rough. It looks potentially rough.
Kayla and Liv's fight where she's like, you didn't tell me you were getting glam. And she's like, well, you didn't tell me you were getting a spray tan. Why the fuck do I have to tell you I'm getting a spray tan? I was like, oh, come on. No, don't give us
No,
this
listen,
vibe.
I love Kayla, but I'm scared to say that I think she's probably going to be doing too much on this new show.
Well, I think they're all going to be doing too much.
We saw genuine Kayla. We saw genuine
Yeah.
fights and upset, and we saw all of that. So now it looks different because she is aware, and that's I think why it's going to feel like she's doing scenes is because we've seen the fuck Erin. We've seen her cry. We've seen her sob. We've seen her fight with these women, and so now to have her on this fighting about a spray tan, it's like, come on, we know that's not you.
It's tough. Just because I think that's why sometimes these shows have a hard time landing, and maybe it's just maybe it's the trailer, maybe it'll end up being epic. Who knows? But Love Island, the format works, right? The show is compelling. That's why they play all these silly games with slime and makeout and the bombshell idea. And it's the environment, what makes it compelling. Bachelor, for example, a lot of these people aren't stars on their own. It's the show that's the star. And yeah, there's some storylines and things like that. It is much harder for an ensemble cast of quote unquote ordinary people to get together and make a season-long compelling show. It's tough to do.
I mean, I think PPG, everyone's going to love Leah, Serena, and Janae. I think their dynamic is always just going to be fun and funny, and people love that aspect of it. I don't see Erin or Kendall or even Connor being like that, It's
I mean, Aaron didn't say a word in the...
He said he hasn't had sex with anyone since Kayla, which...
Well, no, he didn't.
Well, he didn't
Kayla
say it.
asked
He
him
just-
if you had sex, and he goes... literally just showed his sad, sappy face a bunch of times. It's has he lost his voice? What is going on?
I saw a funny video where somebody was put captions under that and was lying in a British accent.
Yeah, I don't want Liv and Kayla fake fights. I want Liv and Kayla to go up against the PPG and talk about how they feel left out from the PPG, and because that feels real. That feels like there's a,
Powderpuff Girls was only 3, though, I do have to say.
Either way, I'm just saying that feels like something I can believe. Some real jealousy of the way, clearly Janae, Serena, and Leah were the fan favorites. They were the real stars. And Kayla definitely, had some star qualities and she really popped at the end. But there was a clear distinction between that group and everyone else. And that is something I can believe if they actually lean into that potential storyline, not who's mad at who got a fake tan or what the fuck. And do not try to sell me these fake, if someone's really dating, great. Don't force feed me a fake relationship.
I don't need to see Liv and Connor again. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I've seen it.
That, and then did you see that Janae was in the comments because the trailer dropped, and apparently how they edited the trailer together, it looks like Kenny and her are fighting. and that it's apparently like I don't want to be together. I want to stay apart or something.
Well,
like
he's saying he didn't want to live together.
But, like,
didn't want to
apparently that's like a line that's like cut in, but Kenny didn't even say that at that time. But they're trying to like push that like there's trouble between Janae and Kenny when there's not.
And she's already saying there's not?
Yeah, she's pissed about it. Like,
Yeah.
she's in the comments being like,
That's why I don't know if the show's going to
that's not
work.
real. You either have to sell it and go along with it, but like, yeah, where I'm like, they're course correcting as the stuff is coming out. So that's where it's like,
Because that honestly was the most interesting possible storyline of, oh, okay, like, and I wasn't like I watched that trailer and go, oh, Janae and Kenny, like they're gonna break up. It was more like, okay, they're less than a year into their relationship. Should we move in together? Should we not move in together?
Right.
That's a real discussion.
Real problems.
I can see that being. I have fought with ex-girlfriends about being like, one of us wanted to move in together, and the other one was like, I don't think we're ready. But if Janae is going to go in the comments and being like fake storyline for the trailer, it's like, oh, I don't know.
Well, there's a little bit in there that I'm like interested. Like, another real thing that happens in relationships is like the one partner's is really busy and not making time, and like that kind of seems like what's going on with Serena, a little bit, and Cordell. But the fact that they put Liv and Kaylor's fight about spray tans in the trailer,
Like, that's
it's
the
just
best you got?
yeah,
that's the best you have.
Can we talk about Nicole Jackie?
Oh yeah, Nicole Jackie shows up.
I audibly gasped when I saw her on screen.
Did I miss that?
She had to sit down with Kendall.
Oh, really? Where was I?
and they're talking about their like breakup.
Yeah.
Oh, period.
And
She blinked.
she has the same energy in the trailer.
Yeah, it was like, you guys threw me under the bus.
What?
Is that what she said?
She was like, you really talk shit about me,
Oh, she's like, it's okay, you can say it. You talk shit about me,
and she was like, say it with your chest.
and that was all.
Oh,
Right, like that's an interesting.
I just
storyline
wonder
for
what
sure.
she's up to as someone from Sacramento. I'm like, she's just like bumping and thumping around in the
she's been
capital
pretty
state,
quiet on
like-
social media, I feel like.
Mhm.
I mean, I also don't
I-
follow her, so maybe I just don't follow her, and she's very active, and I just don't see it. That probably would be it. That is so me. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen them at all. It's like, well, yeah, I actually don't follow them at all.
Listen, I hope it's a good show, but it's the trailer wasn't promising.
Especially if Janae's already upset with them. It's like, oh, no.
Well, I just don't think they're gonna. And again, I fucking get it. I say this all the time. Like, I would never do these shows. We've been asked to do shows like this. I'm not interested. As much as we like to, from time to time, come on this show and give you like an anecdotal, like, oh, drama on our flight. Like, we like our privacy. We want to pick and choose. We don't want our life to be storylined, and we don't want that type of attention or fame, and so we don't do it. And this cast feels like what they want is to keep the fame going. Like they had a whole year of being Love Island superstars, right? And now, like The Bachelor before them, when a new season comes out, it's like a very weird feeling, right? Because up until this point, they get all the opportunities, they get all the calls. And now, depending on how well this season goes, it's, they potentially could be forgotten. And so obviously they get this opportunity, they're going to say yes to it, but I'm not sure they're willing to do what it takes to make that show successful.
Guess we'll see.
Yeah, I did like that they sent the baby to Leah and Miguel, because that's like something that they do on Love Island UK, where they'll like send them all a baby that's like crying and needing things, and like you watch the couples have to take care of a baby. And I kind of hope that they like did that with, like, I hope that that's what that was.
That's funny.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I think Ciara's afraid to say anything negative about this cast.
Why would I be afraid? I actually love them.
I think it's gonna perform. To be fair, I don't think people.
Yeah, I was like, I
care
have
what
nothing
they're
to be
doing.
afraid of. I'm
My
like, I'm
screen.
Team Leah, I'm Team Janae, I'm Team Sabrina, Cordell. Name them all. PPG. I'll
I
be
hope
watching
it's
every
good.
night.
I'm gonna watch it regardless. I just
hope it's good, and I
hope
agree
it's
with
good.
Justin. I think people will give him a shot. The question, if it's not good, people aren't going to stick around.
Yeah. I just hope that the best drama isn't about spray tans. That's all.
I just like hope that it's not like a mom talk in reverse, because like watching them on their socials, I enjoy it so much. So I'm like, I hope that it's something
Yeah.
that transfers over like mom talk did. But I'm like, it could also be something where they're better off doing daily vlogs instead of doing
But
a
that's what I'm saying. That's a
long-form reality
perfect
TV
example
show.
of like, that's what makes the Mormon Wives so special and so talented, is because of their willingness and vulnerability and bravery to continue to show their real lives and their real drama and the things that they really care about, what's pissing them off. And so many influencers who are especially online, who have a brand to consider and things like that, come off shows like a Love Island and focus on their brand. And then and again, no criticism. I totally get it, which is why I'm like, I don't want to do that shit, you know? So we'll see.
Speaking of Mormon Wives, did y'all see Michaela's comment under Whitney's video? Whitney posted like, when she makes another video about me, like shading Michaela, and Michaela comments, "You should have done this in the hospital. It's laid."
Nick, do you need to pick me up?
Michaela's so messy. I love it.
I love
This-
her. I have a
That's good.
question.
Shoot.
I guess maybe a question for Natalie or Nick. I
What?
don't know.
Oh my
But
God, what?
if you're significant, if it's your 8-year anniversary and you happen to be on a trip and you finally get a hold of each other, wouldn't you want the first thing that your partner says is "Happy anniversary"?
I love you.
I love you. Like
What are we talking
Yeah,
Atlanta?
for sure.
Angela.
Charles Oakley picking up the phone and is just like, "What, bitch?"
That's
Essentially.
crazy.
There's
She
a real
was
love there.
I'd be like,
We've been together for 8 years.
That
That was the craziest thing I saw.
Should we talk about Brittany trying to sue Bravo, the money grab? That whole mess?
I've been saying it.
Ciara, you have a visceral
Justin.
reaction. Give it to me.
It's just crazy. Like, I'm just like, 1 second we're like defending her because of this, and she's sitting here playing victim, being like these photos and the fact that she's trying to humiliate me, and then smash cut to the end of the season, and now you're suing, saying that those weren't even you in the photos. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. You literally had us take your side against Kenya, and we're like, yeah, that was fucked up that Kenya did that. And now you're claiming that you're not even in the photos.
Well, and to clarify too, what she's claiming is that she wasn't able to see the photos. So Bravo was withholding information of like what they actually were. So she didn't know until like,
Well, Bravo
Well,
doesn't
we
show
airing.
anyone
No, but
screeners.
no. But wasn't all those women at that event? Wouldn't they be like, "Oh, that's not Brit. I don't know who that is, but that's not Brit." And then be like, "Girl, you have nothing to worry about. That wasn't you on the posters."
well, that's what's lost in translation because we know a lot of the cast members won't say like it is revenge porn. I know legally it's not considered revenge porn. So it's a whole like convoluted situation.
Yeah, but this is, Justin and I talked about this yesterday. This is not like justice for Kenya. Like whether she's just like a sloppy at revenge and got the photos wrong, if her intent was still to bring up old photos, pornographic photos of Brit, and she just like found the wrong images, that doesn't,
Also, like, who is this girl that's in these pictures now?
Yeah.
Like, should we like?
justice for a
Absolutely, I do
random
think it's
person in a
her.
porno.
And then we see her at the end of the episode being like, well, I'm sorry, like, and I'm not trying to slut shame, but like, I will say that it's like, she's like, I made some mistakes when I was younger, and like, these things are being thrown in my face.
Right.
Now you're saying it might not be you, but you're suing for defamation. But then at the end of the episode, you're whipping out your tits like it's like your job. So it's just kind of like in a group of women that are crying about like her sick baby. Like it's just her whole vibe just throws me off. I am not a Brit Eady fan. I'm glad that she's gone or that she will not be coming back because
Well, and her lawsuit specifically says defendants contributed to a hostile work environment for Eady and sexually harassed plaintiff by subjecting Eady to unwelcomed, offensive, and sexualized behavior and comments based on her gender by requiring her to continue working in an environment in which she had been subject to gendered attack.
It's
saying
by
that
definition a
Bravo created this
hostile
environment.
environment. It's just like, you know,
you're on the Housewives.
yeah.
What's crazy is Eady files the $20 million lawsuit against Bravo. She won't be back next season. That's for sure. And
Yeah.
I feel like, honestly, she will probably win this.
Oh, definitely not.
You don't think so? You don't think a judge would be like,
No, I mean, there's like precedent about this. You know, it's just like, I think someone famously sued the Friends writers or whatever, you know, because for like some things they said, I think it might have went to the Supreme Court, but there was basically like saying like, you know, in this is not like a normal work space, you know, like this is not like showing up to an office space, you know, that specializes in selling insurance. And you walk into a room where they're talking about sex and drugs and and making crude jokes. Like,
I know, but a hostile work environment isn't her only claim.
Yeah, but she also can't say hostile work environment. She's the one talking about pistol whipping people and like
Right.
whatnot.
She's
Like,
she's also asking the network to remove the episode from all platforms. So it's like
the episode
But I thought it
that don't
wasn't
show
her.
her image. Exactly. Like, it doesn't make sense. It reeks of money grab. I don't know if any of all these people suing Bravo. It just reeks of money grab. And
isn't her husband going through some sort of legal stuff?
well, yes, her husband also didn't pay back the country club for the episode we saw. So it's like there's a lot going on.
Her husband's getting sued by the country club that they filmed that weird
yeah.
pop-up party at.
I also
So,
think what
wait,
you,
and then-
Wait, why is he getting sued?
For failure to pay.
He didn't pay for renting out the country club for her event, so the country club sued him, and now all of a sudden, conveniently, she's suing Bravo.
I
'cause
think
they
these
have no
are.
money.
I think many of these cast members who are suing Bravo are messy, sloppy reality TV stars who aren't
Mhm.
don't even like think about the process in which they're going. And I think Bravo has it well documented in many of these cases, these reality TV stars actively pursuing like a next season, trying to get back on, trying to be, to continue working for the very environment they claim is hostile. And then when they aren't casted, then they try to sue. And I think when it goes to litigation in court, like I'm guessing Bravo would probably bring this information, be like, well, it's funny that they are suing us and saying this was a such and such environment because here are all these emails and correspondence between Bravo and their teams about how they wanted to be on next season. And it only changed once we decided to go in a different direction, but like these are sloppy people.
Also, her like failed event or whatever, when she like had the dinner and like it was only for her table, not for everyone. So then she blamed her decorator. That decorator's come out like speaking out against her. I'm like, she's just notorious for like not taking any accountability or responsibility for anything that she does or anything that goes wrong. She blames everybody else for the way that she's being portrayed, where I'm like, this is what you've done, my girl.
We have Bachelor in Paradise cast reveal, and we have Dale Moss,
Okay.
Oh,
Justin
Is
Glaze.
that Claire Crawley?
Justin's back.
I actually think I heard that Dale was going to be on it.
Jonathan, I guess we knew he was going to go. Kat's back. I don't know who a lot of these people are, honestly.
Because you didn't watch their season, or because they're
It's
not
the
related to Bachelor?
Sam McKinney,
Wait, read them all.
the villain of Jen season.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that Jen
Oh.
season?
Yeah,
who was
yeah.
who was like really weird.
Yeah, the one who wanted to like push her off the ledge.
You know who they didn't post? Any of the Goldens.
Who?
Wait, no, I see.
Do you? Maybe I just don't
I
have
see
the
some
right.
Goldens
I have
here.
got
It's
Leslie.
it's going to be your
Leslie and-
obvious people.
Yeah, Gary
Leslie,
Gary's there.
Gary,
from last season. not
It's going to
Gary
be all the
from
people
Bachelor.
they've
Zoe
been working
McGra-
with over
Yeah.
the past 2 years.
Zoe will be there. We knew that though, right? Hakeem is going to be there.
Zoe.
I mean,
who's
I'm
Zoe?
really only shocked by Justin Glaze and Dale Moss.
Jill is going back. Kat
Like, all
Izzo is going back.
all of the rest of them kind of make sense because they were on most recent seasons and like
Oh, I forgot about Jess.
Parisa,
kind of went home.
Alex.
It's like-
Alex is going.
But look at what are these photos of them?
Bailey is going. Selfie queen.
Oh, Lexi's there.
Cat, Justin. I mean, there's
Andrew
They did
Spencer.
Oh, Andrew is going back.
Who's that?
That's
Andrew
good.
Spencer's going back?
Yeah.
I don't
Look at
have the
Spencer's
right. I don't
photo.
have the right link. It's only showing me like 5
Jeremy
people.
I'll send it to
Simon.
you.
Spencer's photo is hot.
Spencer Simon.
No,
Who are these-
Spencer
who are
Conley.
these?
Oh, sorry. Spencer Conley.
All the men have shirts, and then you get to Spencer.
Brian. Okay. April Kirkwood is going
I don't know who
from
that is.
Golden.
Oh.
Kathy
I don't care.
I just sent it
Schwartz.
to you in studio.
I don't care about the golden.
Natasha. Jonathan,
Zoe.
Jenna.
Okay. Zoe Hakeem.
Andrew and Justin going back is, I'm gonna say it, is a downgrade for them. Like, come on,
what
guys.
are they doing?
But come on, it's just like you're so far removed. You've made yourself like you are who you are, and now going back is giving just like
They're not booked and busy though.
I don't know. I kind of like when they bring people back from like seasons past.
I mean, I'd rather
'cause
see
it-
Andrew than this Brian Oates guy. No idea who that guy is.
yeah.
Do not care either.
I mean, I love watching Andrew and Justin like they're funny, they're good, they're good guys. So I guess
I just think like
It bring
career wise, maybe that like wasn't the best choice, but like
it brings
it'll
back a
definitely
bit
make
of the
it-
OG feel.
it'll definitely make it funny. That's for sure. If they give him
Is this the entire cat?
Oh my God. And then just watch Justin Glaze in the corner staring at like a golden hitting on like a young girl. And he's just going to have that look on his face.
yeah.
Him and Hakeem, they literally put the two guys with the
Hakeem.
facials.
We didn't even talk about Hakeem being like on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Well, like I didn't notice him.
He was just in the
I
background.
did. I noticed him
Just in the-
immediately.
I think
But that's
he's pretty
'cause
good
I texted
friends
him
all season.
with
I also texted Leia ahead of time.
Who's he friends with?
I think he's pretty good friends with Brett and Demi.
Is this a
No.
limited? Is this like obviously?
It's the first cast. Obviously, they're not going to release
Yeah.
everyone.
I mean, it's 23 people.
It's lacking star quality. That's for sure.
Dale Moss is crazy.
But they're also going to bring people in like week over
Sure,
week.
but like
so
if this is
hopefully
their
there will
OG
be some good
cast,
bombshells.
this is their best. This is their best. You lead with your stars. You know what I'm saying?
Do you? Because I feel like sometimes like the bombshell is where it's at, not to
Maybe the first
use
person
Love
you
Island
bring in,
terms.
but again, like you want to have the majority be stars, and then maybe you have a couple like OG
Head
Bachelor in
turners.
Paradise. Would they would have their biggest stars, and then maybe in the original cast they would have like one night one early exit person that they thought like had potential. That maybe was kind of an interesting thing. Like there's a
Do you think that Justin and Andrew were like, we're only going to go if one of our boys goes? Like, do you think they're like, Justin's like, I'm
package
only
deal.
going if Andrew goes, or I'm only going if Greg goes, or
no,
Trey
I think
Cooper?
they were. I think casting was desperate for people, and they got asked.
Think they paid him a lot of money?
Greg would have been a big one.
I think I'm good on that.
Yeah,
I feel like there's not a lot of
definitely.
younger, like female contestants. I don't know. I guess I just have to watch it and wait and see. I just feel like the Goldens are throwing me off because then it's like in my mind I'm pairing them up with each other and then I'm pairing off the three people that I recognize. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we just have to see because it's given hot mess.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Thank you to our guest, Belle-A. Be sure to check out the Going Deeper episode with Sherry Papini. We have a great week lined up next week as well. Until then, enjoy your weekend. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.